Of course, I got in about 2 in the morning last night. Do I look like Lubie? Good morning, by the way.
You look
do I
good.
look like I need a cut, man?
You look good. I'm proud of you. You're like ready. You're on time. All the guys there didn't have to stress out waiting for you. Look at you. A new day.
I'm a professional. There's no question about it. And I don't like the first day of the job.
That'd be good.
Which is ugly. Because we already lost one job, and we got fired by Fox. And in fact, you and I, Lubie, are the only starters that were ever beaten out for a job by Brady Quinn. If you can kind of wrap your arms around that concept. Florida, which is in the state of Florida, has been in the Stone Age forever. I mean, we're still operating by blue laws. I don't even know if you can buy a beer before 12 o'clock on a Sunday. I'm not sure what religious cult is responsible for the legislation that takes place, but essentially Florida is structured this way. We're here in South Florida, which is very hip and up with modern times. And once you get, would you say, north of Palm Beach, Mike Lubitz, West Palm Beach, Florida, for those unfamiliar with the geography of the state, if you get like 30 miles out of town here, forget about it. It's Hillbilly City. You're hearing banjo music and somebody's telling you to squat down like a pig when you pull up to the Waffle House. It's just the way it is. Leslie Visser, a lovely and talented one. I mean, the first woman and for a long time, the only woman, there are now two, in the NFL Hall of Fame. I mean, in there with all of the great Johnny U, Willie, all of our favorites, Joe Montana, the great Dan Marino, and Leslie Visser, part of the scene in the NFL Hall of Fame. But what level of distinction is it to be the first guest on our new program? Because I would imagine, Leslie Visser, and by the way, how are you? Thanks so much for joining us here on the program.
Is this an after-school special?
This isn't practice. We're doing it. We're all over the world.
Congratulations to you guys. I'm so proud to be your first guest. And, of course, I have a number of things to go over that maybe this time it could be different. It was not the gambler's creed.
You think we can erase the past all at once here in one program? It's impossible.
The time.
Wake up with Defo, joined by Lubie. Welcome to the Defo Show.
On a beautiful Thursday morning here in South Florida. Good morning, everybody. Good morning around the world. Jeff Deforrest and Michael Lubitz. It's the Defo Show, a special edition, as we made a few changes to our lineup, and now we'll be conducting the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge in this Thursday slot from 7 to 9, and our WWNN listeners, which you've been getting a lot of good feedback on that. We'll have the first hour of the program up there, and a lot of people say that we fade in the second hour anyway. Let me introduce the crew to you. Lubie, how are you? I mean, a technical masterpiece orchestrated here by Jack Namer and Brad and the people at Ion Channel.
Thank God for them.
Yes. Well, I mean, it came down to the last second here, even though everything was already pretty much preordained, set up so that not even the largest of morons could possibly fail from a technical standpoint. And yet I managed to get myself locked out of the room here on a trip to the men's room, and we came scrambling in there with about 30 seconds to post time. And got our bet down, though. And let me introduce the crew. You're saying, who are these two guys? We really do look like the geezers at Caesar's. My God, what happened to us? Paulie Man, we were doing TV. Let me introduce the Paulie Man first here, the Paulie Man Paul Massell. He was sneaking into Aqueduct at the age of 4. He had already become an established handicapper, and people were calling him, as a 5-year-old, people were calling his house, asking his mother, is Paulie Man home? And 5-year-old Paulie Man would get on the line and go, well, everything on the 6. And a 4th race at Aqueduct. Now, I've known Paulie Man since I first arrived here in South Florida, which there's some debate on, but I managed to do a kind of a reverse Rene Descartes extrapolation on when I got here, because Paulie Man insists that I moved here in 1982. 81, yes, and it was 1981. It had to be based on the fact that I met my first wife, first of 3. I met my first wife a couple of months after I moved here. We got married shortly thereafter. She became impregnated with a wonderful human being, the Jess Man, who's doing just great. Kicked my ass again on the tennis courts the other night. Kid can flat out fly. Well, as you say, Paulie Man, youth is wasted on the youth. But anyway, yeah, so it was 1981. I met the Paulie Man almost right away as we were doing a piece, and we did the Inside Florida Racing Show. And we were at all of the tracks here, and going all the way back. I mean, we're talking about 40 years now of support coming from Hialeah and all the racetracks here in town. Gulfstream Park was a part of that scene also. Although it was a brief respite at Gulfstream Park where they snapped in terms of their marketing focus that really begat and was the birth and the origination of this show,
Yes.
which we've told this story many times. We were doing a racing show, 11 till 12 on WIOD, 610 WIOD. We had the airtime from 11 to 12 following Passion Phones with Aaron Summers.
Wow.
Remember that? She had a thing for you too, Paulie, man. All women had a thing for you, and it's still to this day. Still, it's true to this day. Anyway, so I meet the Paulie man while we're doing this Inside Florida Racing show. You were a jockey agent at the time.
Yep.
And we had a piece feature. We were running out of ideas, so it's like, right, let's get some jockey agents and see what they do. Fascinating job, very interesting, with many different angles to it, and many different layers to it. And Paulie man and I met, and it's been a friendship, a long term relationship ever since. And as I was
40
thinking,
years, huh?
yeah. Now on the way down there, I was thinking, wow, what's really the driving force behind this show, Paulie man? It's friendship, it's loyalty, and a desperate need for cash. Anyway, the Paulie man, Paul Massell. Paulie man, how are you, my friend?
Good. And with the jockey agent thing, to be honest with you, I wish I was now one, and I wish Arad Ortiz Jr. was my jockey.
Anybody named Ortiz, Carlos Ortiz, the old lightweight champion, would be okay. Although at 135, he probably wouldn't get too many mounts. And then, of course, we had tried a number of people in the third slot here, because it really does take three guys to do the show. And, it turned out to be a great thing. And we had a guy originally, Charles J. And for some reason, I don't know why, he literally pulled a Sorvino and turned his back on us on the show.
Slowly I turn.
Was doing the show with his back to us. Who's the singer? She just dropped like 100 pounds. That used to be so gun shy about being in front of an audience. Adele. Yeah. He pulled an Adele before Adele, so he was ahead of his time. But nonetheless, we thought, well, this is a little weird, so we got rid of him. And then we brought in Al Winters, and we usually go A, B, C, and D on the choices for the questions. I mean, how many choices can you have? And Al read his first set of questions, and he was already midway through the alphabet before you said, hey, that's enough. He had a lot of choices, but yeah, it was great. And then we finally, both of us kind of came to the same conclusion. The man that we really need for this job is right there in front of us the whole time. It was Barzini all along, and Dave Gergely. We introduced to you Dave Gergely, who was working at Shula's Steak 2 as an MC. And we thought, wow, this guy does great. And he did trivia questions, and we invited him on the show. And here we are 25 years later in a new venture on Ion Channel, and with streaming video as well. So Gergels, good to have you back with us, and nice to be back on the air again.
And nice to be back. And as soon as the camera came on, Paulie said, now, do we do the side view too? And then have to hold the numbers up.
Yeah, it came out great. So good to have you guys with us. Now, Paulie man, I don't know. It's been about a month or so since we had the last show. Anything that came to you that we should address here on the program?
Well, one of your good friends that's been on your show a couple of times with you and Lubie, Chaz Palminteri,
yes,
was one of you, and a big Yankee fan. Also, I believe,
he wasn't happy about the Aaron Boone thing either.
But a few quick Chaz Palminteri stories that I caught. Kind of funny. He said when he was a kid, he got in trouble in school, and his father was summoned to school. And his father, in those days, taking a day off of work was not a good thing, and was really, really upset. And says, "What did you do that I have to go to school? What on earth could you have done?" And he kept saying, "All I did was bury Arthur O'Connell's hat in the snow." And he said, "You had to do more than that." He says, "I swear, Dad, all I did was bury Arthur O'Connell's hat in the snow." So they go, okay, so they go to school. There's the principal. They go to see the principal, and Chaz's father says, I don't understand the big deal. He buried Arthur O'Connell's hat in the snow, and you have to make me miss a day of work. And the principal told his father that the one thing your son forgot to tell you, when he buried Arthur O'Connell's hat in the snow, Arthur O'Connell's head was still in the hat. So, and the other one that, I don't know, I was never familiar with this move. When we were younger, Deep, to going out, to clubbing and everything, it always ended up 3, 4 o'clock in the morning or 5 in the morning at a diner.
Yep.
Right? Diners
Yes,
would, look at Goodfellas and everything.
Right.
I'll
have the big stack of pancakes and like a side of, wild boar.
So he told the same story. They always ended up the diner, 5 or 6 of them or whatever. And their move was, though, they'd go to the diner, they were eating, and the next thing you know, one guy would stand up and say, "Oh yeah, hell with you. Oh yeah, you're no good. This and that." And they're trying to break it up, so another one of them jumps up and tries to break it up to no avail. And then the one finally says, "Let's go outside and settle it." "Oh yeah, well, let's go outside." And they're all trying to hold each other back, and they go outside. And when they get outside, they run to the car and take off.
no.
And they'll pay the head. But I never knew that move. Are you familiar with that one?
I've used it a couple of times. You have to. I mean, there's no move that we haven't had to be a practitioner of in terms of dodging people over the many years that we've been on the planet. So, and you're watching a lot of like mob stuff on YouTube, huh? We're big on YouTube now with this Iron Channel
Yes,
thing.
I am. I watch all those mob shows, not only the major ones, Francis, and we won't mention the other guy, King Rat, who's become one of the most popular guys.
Henry Hill.
No,
Henry Hill.
the middle name is the Bull.
Sammy the Bull. Yeah.
But
You're very sensitive about maybe getting any jackpot.
mention their
There was a
names.
long time we couldn't mention Salman Rushdie because you had
yesterday was John Gotti's birthday.
had a big thing about the Middle East.
Yeah, it is. But I watched some of the smaller shows, and it was hysterical because they say nothing about the mob or the mafia. All they do is knock one another, you know.
Yes.
So, but pretty interesting. And YouTube is the future, no doubt about it.
You're christening yourself as a YouTube star here
There you
with
go.
Jack and Ion Channel and the Ion Channel people. Gergels, what have you been up to last couple of months?
Well, since I saw you guys last, I went back to Allentown, Pennsylvania for my 50th high school
You might have to
reunion.
twist that thing a little bit.
I think the mic's the wrong way.
Garbled. Yeah.
There we go. Better,
Yeah.
better now, Mike.
Yeah, much
Yes.
better.
Hey,
I
girls.
mean, we're doing technical improvements on the fly.
Okay, no problem. I went back to Allentown, Pennsylvania for my 50th high school reunion, and they had a DJ there. They had maybe 10 tables or 16 tables at 10, and they go on a break. So I said to the lady in charge, "Listen, we haven't seen each other for 30, 40, 50 years. Give me a wireless mic and let me go around to every table and have the people stand up, tell us what they've been doing."
Great
and
idea.
everything like
That is you. I mean, that is your
Yeah.
move. Yeah.
I had my yellow Hall of Fame jacket that I stole from Shula's there, and I wore that, went around, everybody did that. And then they say, "All right, we're going to stand up and sing our school anthem." And they had it written in a book, and they sing it. And then I said, "Now, one more thing. I want everybody on count of 3. 1, 2, 3. What happened to you?" And they all said it like that. So it
That's
was,
the first question I always ask, and the
That's
most
right.
difficult one to answer at any
it
reunion.
was a great time back there, and then great to be back here at Hialeah with this.
You're kind of hoping that people say, "Hey, you haven't changed a bit. You look the same," but they always hit you with that hammer.
That's the guy walking
What
with
happened to you?
the guy walking with the dog in the dark glasses. Yeah, that's the guy. And I did call Paulie's house when he was 5 or 6 years old, and I said, "Hey, can Paulie come out and play?" And his mom said, "I mean, the double or?"
Very
true.
interesting. Yes.
It's true what you said. It used to be odd, you know, like the phone would ring, and my mother would say, like, "And it's for you." And I say, "Who is it?" She goes, "I don't know, some old guy named Big Louie." You know, right? What do you like, kid? What do you like?
We're here at Hialeah Park, and it's great to be here at Hialeah Park, the champion simulcasting room, which might be the ultimate simulcasting spot. I had a chance to waltz into the green room at Keeneland, which is very hoity-toity, and everybody thinks, wow, this is the spot to be. But it has nothing on champions, except I don't know that they have burgoo here. At Champions. If you wanted it, though, they probably could find somebody that could make it for you because they're very accommodating here at Hialeah Park. It's just a beautiful thing. And we have to thank Frank Fiore. We gave him an emergency call yesterday, and I said, well, the guys want to run down there and set up the gear a day in advance. And they're leaving right now. And he's like, "What?" But immediately swings into action, makes a couple of hundred telephone calls, and gives us a shot to get out here. And we have to thank Jack and Brad schlepped down here yesterday to Hialeah, and they came away amazed like everybody does. Like, first thing Jack said to me, besides, "You going to pay me for this?" No, he said, "What a beautiful place." And many people make that happen here at Hialeah Park, including should be the ultimate groundskeeper anywhere. I don't know why this Toma guy was so popular in the NFL. We've said it many times. Who would you want taking care of your home garden or whatever, your lawn, other than Dennis Testa, if he was willing to go on that level? How he keeps this place looking like it does is just absolutely incredible. And they do a great job. And what's even better now is on the inside, you have a fantastic casino, dazzling casino where people are winning. And the poker room is absolutely as well run as any in the country. Although they better watch out for my son, Jesse, who went out to Vegas. How about this? This is, I don't know where he got the degenerate gene from, but I'm I'm assured right now that he's hit 38 years old, because he's kind of nothing like me. He's responsible, well-mannered, doesn't get in any jackpots, lives a very clean, straight life, big family man, takes care of the kids and everything. But he has a little bit of Matt Damon and Rounders in him.
Yeah.
So he flies out Spirit Airlines, which is already a risky proposition. I mean, where are you gambling more? I mean, are you sending in more if you go on Spirit or Allegiant Airlines? Somebody just told me as I came back from a trip from Keeneland on Allegiant Airlines, there's a guy in my complex there that he's a flight attendant for American Airlines, and he comes back. I see him walking around when I'm walking the dog, and he says, I just got back from the flight from hell. I said, you weren't on Allegiant Airlines coming back from Lexington, were you? He said, no, American.
Wow.
So I said, really? And how bad was it? He says, well, not as bad as yours, probably, if you were on Allegiant, because it's only a matter of time before they put one in the pond.
Oh.
I was like, oh, geez, that's encouraging. I'm glad.
I remember the first time you went years ago, and it was a Keeneland trip, a Kentucky trip, and you told me, and neither one of us had ever heard about the airline.
Yes.
And you would tell me, what a deal. It's $36.
Fantastic. Yeah, it was like $8.
This and that. And then I remember the guy told you, there's only one wing.
You want a second wing, you got to put another 600 into the pot there. But so what would be the bigger gamble? I guess Allegiant would have been a bigger gamble than Spirit. So he's already taken a shot. Flies out to Las Vegas. He gets there on Sunday night for the beginning of one of the World Series of Poker events, where, I mean, all the heavyweights were in it, too, although there was no Doyle Brunson sighting. I think that even Sammy Faja, is he still around, a guy with the cigarette?
Yeah.
He might have been involved. Negreanu was playing in this tournament, Mizrachi, all of the big-name guys in poker, and I guess there's a whole subculture of online poker superstars where guys are making millions of dollars. Now, what do they do with all of this money? Is it common? Paulie, man, you understand the psyche of gamblers as well as anybody, and of course, Gergels, you do too. But is it common? You're making millions of dollars in these tournaments. Are you still like a busted-out brokester at that point? Or because what do these guys do with all of the money? Wouldn't you just take the $10 million one day and then fly off?
Gergels one time gave me a great book about the World Series of Poker, and they were busted out. They were like the sickest gamblers. They go after. They play around the golf like $600 a hole, $2,000 a hole, not like
200 says you missed that putt.
Exactly. But it actually said that many of them did bust out and then had to borrow money, and luckily won another tournament or placed in a big money tournament and got back in action. But they're a wild bunch, huh?
Yeah. Actually, I guess he got in there like 10 in the morning. He flew out Sunday night, got in there 10 in the morning on Monday. The tournament started on Monday. And it started, post time was 11 o'clock. So he had just enough time to get to the Rio where the tournament was taking place, register, and then sit down on a table and play 14 straight hours of poker.
Wow.
Can you imagine? And he ended up making it to the second day. But by the second day, he was seeing fumes. He said he didn't win a hand the second day. Cashed 140th out of 2,800, 130th out of 2,800, $2,300.
All right.
But he considered it a loss, even though it was only an $800 buy-in for that particular event, because you were working like a madman. And now all these guys have the mathematical permutations. He says it's really tough to play poker. Never mind degenerate gamblers being involved. It's all math geeks.
Yep.
And they know all of the percentages and
algorithms with everything now.
Crazy. Really... Yeah. I mean, you're asking the guy if he's going to go in or fold, and he breaks out a slide rule. What? Just some kind of scientist. But that was great. And became a real solid poker player. He's, winning constantly.
No, he's excellent.
Yeah. I'm thinking maybe, I just ride his back. I mean, if we get together a collection and back him in various tournaments, it would be great. But nothing like it, he said. He didn't get to see a thing in Las Vegas and had the greatest time of his life. Gergels, you been doing any golfing over there at Shula's?
No, as a matter of fact, we just had some tournaments. We had the Coast Guard there, and I got to go back today. I've got the Chapman Partnership for Homeless in Miami coming out. They're not playing, but we're playing for them. So we got a number of charity tournaments, including Larry Little's tournament coming up.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Hialeah Park involved.
I don't know if we can get maybe a show at Shula's again and do something there. We'll work on that aspect of it. But when we had the great Sam Jones on, that was special.
Fantastic. And my lasting image, though, a couple of things from that last trip to Shula's here for the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge. Bob Greasy's standing over us for about 10 minutes. He's staring at us with like a blank stare. I was telling a story the other day because we were talking about how Brian Greasy is an extremely empty and vapid presence on Monday Night Football because the other guy's schlubbering away, Louis Riddick. He just never stops. And then Greasy, they'll go to him and he goes, well, I don't know. I think they should run the ball. And that was pretty much Bob's commentary throughout most of it, although a very distinguished gentleman, Hall of Famer, and, obviously epitome of class here in South Florida for many years, but not necessarily the most effervescent, outgoing of personalities, would you say? No. Bob Greasy. And maybe, I don't know, does old age enhance or exacerbate certain, I don't know if you would call it a flaw in your personality or your persona, but do they seem to get exaggerated? Yes. As you get older? Are you guys finding that at all?
Yes. Well, I know with Greasy for a fact that I always thought he was stiff, and he would not sign balls because of something with the NFL. And then when I was doing the Touchdown Club after the Mad Dog pass with Joe Rose, apparently he had a couple glasses of wine. He got off the podium. He started taking snaps, talking about plays and everything like that. So I think when you get older, you do get that get off my lawn syndrome.
Yes.
But, alcohol helps loosen that up.
Well, you were big, with the guy, you whack a golf ball onto the guy's yard, and he's like, you're not getting it back. That's a Titleist. That's mine. You're not getting it back. Anyway, he's standing over us. You guys remember this, right? He was standing like where the camera might be here on Ion Channel. And after, looking at us for about 10 minutes, he addresses me, and he says, what are you doing here? And that was it.
It was you he was looking at, and the story actually is what we said last week about the time I was stopped. You have guns in the
yes.
That was the day you would a roving commentary in a golf cart, and you made fun of somebody's swing. It wasn't Greasy's.
Yes.
You made fun, and
I always got in trouble for that.
And as Defo can only do, and it was in good humor. But Greasy took it the wrong way and started stalking you the rest of the tournament. And every time, every time he sees him, gives him the.
No, it happened a couple of times with me where Jim Furyk is in. I was emceeing, and Gergely, you do a lot of this kind of emceeing, and they ask you to be funny. You go out there and entertain the crowd. But then as soon as you say something that somebody takes offense at, it's the cancel culture coming out. Yeah. And Jim Furyk nearly canceled me with like a 6-iron because I was talking about, well, there's one of the most unusual swings in golf, which would you say it's an unusual swing?
Of course.
He takes the club to the outside, he brings it back to the inside, and then he unloads, he uncoils, and who knew he was bald all of those years? Did you? Yeah. I mean, he took his hat off one day after he won a tournament. Like, what? The guy has no hair. What is that? But anyway, I said something about Furyk, and he gave me the evil stare the rest of the time while the other guys were trying to kind of pacify him. Like, don't worry about it. He's a local guy. He's only kidding around. So you can always get in a jackpot. I don't know. Has that happened to you in your many years of MC?
Oh yeah, we had the Dolphins there for an anniversary, and the late great Earl Morrow was there. And it was right on Main Street, and I'm introducing everybody. And ladies and gentlemen, Earl Morrow, who played for the Colts and the Dolphins, and he yells in the back, I played for 6 teams, you bum. So, it's
Morrow was probably kidding around.
Yeah, he was. He was a great guy.
Pretty loose,
really good
goosey guy.
And with Greasy, you can always calm him down with a Perdomo cigar. Whenever I see him at a tournament, if I give him a cigar, he's a happy man. That's his pacifier right there.
Oh, very good. Can you get me a box of Perdomos? Because we'll no doubt be out there for that Larry Little golf tournament, which I had some issue with Larry Little I didn't even know about for a while. It took Frank Fiore to come in there and play literally like a peacemaker. He was unbelievable. Got right in there and did the negotiations, and the next thing you know, Larry and I were famous friends again, and we're very happy to be out there. But they do so much good here at Hialeah Park. You guys are going to love it when you come out here, and we do have to thank Frank and all the people here, the Brunettis, of course, for supporting us in our many endeavors over the year, and it's good to be with you. Now, we have kind of a funky premise here because we haven't installed all of our equipment for the game. And we also have a new telephone number, so all of the regular players to the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge. And we're going to attempt to play 2 games of the challenge today, if we can get to that. But we won't be able to do and conduct our usual final round because as of and it's not like we're a low-budget operation. I mean, they're splurging on cash. I've never seen so much money spent to get something launched as Ion Channel has put into this project already. But right now, as of now, we are only able to put one person on the air at a time. By next week, we're hoping to have that fixed. So the number is 954-417-0070. So if you want to be our first caller here and our first player on the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge game number 1, and we'll have a second game. We'll be with you till 9 o'clock today. Dial us up at 954-417-0070. I don't know if that renders the random phone scrambler useless. Paulie, man, since, I mean, how do you scramble up just one guy?
True.
Do you ever scramble up one egg? I mean, has anybody ever done that?
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
You
You scrambled one egg?
Yeah.
Why? Because you only had one egg left?
No, I put it with something else. Yeah, by all means, I've done
For
that.
sure.
All right,
It's like-
very good. I
Now,
don't know.
some of the ways, the possibilities to do the finals, if you had that, is you could have the top 2 guys and have them come back one after another, let them take question A or question B, and whoever answers it in the least amount of times, would win. Or
I like that. I know. I mean, we're like the Major League Baseball, like Rob Manfred,
Yeah.
just making up rules as the game is in progress. No, that guy's out. Yeah, we'll figure out a way. I was thinking the high point total.
That'd
game
be
number
another way,
1,
yeah.
just at the end of the
Yep.
game when we decide to call it, ends up as the champion. And Lubie has already contacted his people at Landlubbers, so we'll have the Landlubbers gift certificate to give away. So dial us up if you want to get in on game number 1, 954-417-0070. And this may revert back to some of the old days when we used to start up on a new radio station, which happened about 6 or 7 times during the course of the 25 years we've been doing this. And you're thinking, well, we don't have, anybody that knows that we're on this station yet. So we would have, and he just passed away.
Passed away.
I was just thinking of that.
sh-
That'd be one hell of a call if he called in.
He calls today, he wins the game automatically. A good friend of ours, Jeff Millman, who had, what was the name of his bail bonds place? That was one of our original sponsors. No, it was a check cashing store. It wasn't a bail bond. He
Yep.
became a bail bondsman
Afterwards.
later on.
Yep.
So he was always in businesses that kind of led themselves into a little bit of a gray area, maybe some people that might have been on the shady side of life, right? But the check cashing store, and he had a brilliant concept because I don't know that anybody had more bulletproof plexiglass
Oh, yeah.
than Jeff Millman. And he was on 441, not a particularly
Right.
great area to be operating this type of business, especially since they knew that you had cash on hand in the store, maybe in plentiful supply. And you would go in the front door, and it was impossible to penetrate and get to anybody. So there was no way they were getting robbed. And then he'd tell you to go around the back to come meet him, and the back door was open the whole time.
Yeah.
So you could get behind the counter, but
Yeah.
you couldn't do anything from in front of it. But we used to have him, when we were at Toyota of Hollywood many years ago. And he'd be banging on the glass going, I'm on, holding the telephone up. So we may have to resort to that. Although we do have one of our favorite people already hanging on here to play the game and be our first caller on the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge. So when that line's available, it's 954-417-0070. 954-417-0070. Paulie, man, you got some notes there, or is that just a question?
No, it's a question.
Okay.
I want to ask Lubie, is the Yankee so-called ace Garrett Cole or Jared Cole?
Garrett.
Garrett.
Yeah. Lubie doesn't care about the Yankees, so he's not.
I know Garrett Cole's name. We all
Yeah.
know Garrett Cole.
Had to do with Buchek and
Gotcha.
and
Garrett Cole.
By the way, there's not many commercials that make me laugh. You just sit there and I saw one the other night for Progressive Insurance. They're sitting around a table like this, and Flo is conducting what people think of the commercials. And she talks about, and we bundle this and bundle that. What do you think about our commercial? One lady goes, blah, 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 blah. I never listen to commercials. I mute them and everything like that. And everybody goes, yeah, me too. And the lady goes, as a matter of fact, this weekend, I'm going to a silent retreat where nobody speaks. The guy across the way goes, yeah, my sister was in one of them. She got kicked out. And the lady said, why? Was she speaking? He said, no, grand larceny. And I'm on the couch and I just started laughing. I go, that was good.
Speaking of commercials, and this pertains to maybe the future here at Hialeah Park, where we're hoping to have sports gambling, which somehow was approved as of October 15th, and yet still nobody knows.
exactly.
You're involved with the Magic City Casino. I would imagine they're anxious to see what's going to transpire with that.
I think there's November 4th or 5th. There's going to be some answers.
Some
to
new
what's
news,
going
but
on, yeah.
and you had these commercials that were being paid for by the Seminole tribe, who had made that pact already with the governor. Okay, Ron, yeah, meet us at midnight at a diner. No doubt this deal took place, and so all of a sudden it was like, well, it's all set, it's all etched in stone. This is how it's going to work. And now I'm seeing a series of ads, though, and you just don't know who's behind this.
Right.
So who's behind the ads that they show guys like laid out in the streets. They show gun battles going on 95, prostitution all over the place. And they're saying, don't sign those petitions to approve gambling. They're trying to rob you, and they're trying to rob. Who's behind all of that?
I don't know, but
what's
they
the deal
sure
on it?
popped up real quick again.
They
Yeah.
did.
But what is that? I thought it was approved already. So what is it that they're, and this is typical of the state of Florida, where whatever it is they want you to do, it's the opposite thing that they have you,
Right.
register for on whatever ballot it's on. So, if they want you to approve something, they tell you to vote no. And
Right.
so I don't know. Is that one of those deals, Paulie, man? Have you seen these things?
I heard from a couple of sources that something might pop up that it's going to be put off and it's going to have to go to vote next year again. So
Again,
who knows,
okay.
Yeah. The actual vote,
Right.
the people.
Right.
So do you vote yes or no? I mean, which is it? If you vote yes, or you're voting no, or if you vote no, are you voting yes?
Exactly.
How does that work? But it's interesting because this state can foul up anything.
Yeah.
As we've talked about many, many times, always in the Stone Age when it comes to this stuff. So even though everybody's on board with it, somehow there's now this reverse element that is trying to take this thing down.
Yeah, and that happened up in Davie. The guy at the 7-Eleven went in there and robbed the store, and they had his picture on camera, and they took him in the police station, and he said, "Man, you were on camera, or what? You didn't have a mask or nothing." He goes, "Oh, DeSantis said I didn't have to wear it anymore." So yeah, things have changed in this state. Yeah.
Well, I just recently had an experience with state of Florida governmental influence. Of course, the Mustang was going to get a family version of the medical marijuana card.
Okay.
Which took us a long time to get an appointment here. And so she goes to what is supposed to be a doctor. And, and it's all a scam. I mean, you got to pay the doctor like $250, and there's a $170 fee to the state. Then you still have to pay for the stuff. And you have to order it online, and you got to wait like 10 days just in case you're going to go out there and, smoke your brains out right away. They don't want that to happen. And you also have to establish that there's a reason that you need this, which,
well, that's no problem.
High anxiety. She showed the guy a picture of me, and that was it. But the guy, was supposed to be a doctor. I'm up there in the waiting room, and a guy shows up, and I thought, well, that must be the doctor, but because he's the only other guy in the building, and the guy looked like Bobcat Goldthwait in that scene, the movie Blow, right, where he says, "I can't feel my face," and he's wearing, oddly enough, he's wearing a Native American headdress.
Yes.
And I thought either that guy's the doctor, or I'm looking at the resurrection of Danny Little Red Lopez here. Maybe he's going to box again, but they make it as complicated as they can to get involved in anything. So let's hope they don't put too many strings around what's going on with sports gambling, because people are doing it anyway. Are they not? I mean,
Sure.
they're doing it anyway, no matter what. And may as well capitalize on that. Hopefully, Hialeah will be a benefactor in that.
When I went
game as
back
well.
to Pennsylvania, and my hotel's right next to the little OTB run by the Mohegan Sun, but it's a little OTB, and they had another room just for sports betting.
Wow.
I mean, they're standing line, huge TVs. They got an ATM machine, and next to it, a one you can take the Eagles -3 for $5, whatever. And there were more people betting sports, obviously, than the horses there. Yeah.
Yeah, and when I went to Atlantic City, when they first instituted it there, I happened to be in Atlantic City on another venture, and I went to the sports book. I was doing a couple of shows from there, and people are just having a good time. I mean, guys are getting together watching Monday Night Football. They got a couple of bucks on the game. With all this in-game betting, it's absolutely fantastic. You would make a fortune following Aaron Boone and your Yankees, because you'd be able to bet, yeah, he's going to lift them, even though he just struck out 2 guys. He's going to put a new pitcher in there. It's going to be the lefty. And you can wager on virtually anything that you'd like. So we're very excited about that possibility, maybe coming here to Hialeah Park in South Florida. But somehow the state of Florida always manages to find a way to screw things up. All right, we're going to get into game number 1. We do have the one phone line. And when it's available, it's 954-417-0070. So a little bit of an experiment here on ION channel. 954-417-0070. Mike Lubitz is at the controls, and so far so good. We have, as Leslie Visser dubbed us many years ago when we were at JM Lexus under the auspices of the great Jim Dunn, 3 fools on stools.
Yes.
Dave Gergely, the Paulie Man, Paul Massell. I'm Jeff Deforrest. We're going to come back in a moment here. With game number 1 of the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge, our original venture here on ION channel. But Gergels, you mentioned cigars, and we referenced Perdomo's. And you've been representing Perdomo cigars for a long, long time, as long as Paulie Man and I have known each other.
Yeah, 25 years of Perdomo cigars, and now we can actually show it. This is my new favorite, the Lot 23, a nice mild with Connecticut wrapper. But whether you want Connecticut Maduro, when you want a Punch, whether you want a Churchill, they got them all there. 5150 Northwest 167th Street on the Palmetto. It's on the south side, just a little bit east of the Home Depot. You'll see the big Nix and Perdomo sign there. third generation now. Nick Jr.'s in it, and his lovely wife, Lauren, and it's a great place to go. They're open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and you say, well, geez, what if I want a cigar Saturday or Sunday? Not a problem. Go online, www.perdomocigars.com, to find a retailer near you that sells these great cigars. Next week, we'll have a Breeders' Cup Perdomo cigar for you. And I'll give you a little hint right now for a look at Breeders' Cup, which, by the way, Hialeah Park is selling tickets right now for Saturday the 6th for Breeders' Cup. If you want to come out here, great place. Get your Perdomo cigar with you. And in the turf sprint, Rusty Arnold's got a horse that won at Kentucky Downs when I plugged him. Gear Jockey with Lescano. Very impressive. He's got a shot in the American division there of the turf sprint. But you're always a winner with a Perdomo cigar.
Dave Gergely, the Polyman Palmacell. I'm Jeff Deforrest. Dial us up if you want to play, 954-417-0070. About to indulge in game number 1 of the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge, coming to you live here from the beautiful Champion simulcasting room. Thanks to all of the people here in security also. I had the thing rocking and ready to go, and had the screens lit up so you could see some of the full splendor here. That's the Brass Rail Bar in the background, and I may have to grab a bottle.
Not a problem.
After, it's always, it was like 2 steps to set this thing up, but it still seemed complicated to
now you look like Tommy used to look when we had the easy setup. Yeah, when you came in. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, wow, yeah. Did the color return to my face?
Yeah, you're fine.
It was a little bit scary there in the opening moments of things. But we're rocking and rolling now, and Mike Lubitz has all of the controls to take your calls, 954-417-0070. As we engage in a whole new element here on Ion Channel. And thanks once again to Jack and Brad for coming down here and setting this up. We'll be back in a moment with Game 1 of the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge. Now that.
The time
to give us a call, 954-417-0070. Destination Sport Miami is here to revolutionize the sports landscape in South Florida. The largest indoor multifaceted sports complex in North America is on the way, with distinguished leaders of its various sports programs and unparalleled access to the finest indoor training fields and facilities. Destination Sport Miami will set South Florida apart as the destination of choice for elite athletic training and development, and for its dedication to youth programs and sports on all levels. A phenomenal concept and a powerful undertaking, Destination Sport Miami will also be an important commodity in the sports business community as well. Destination Sport Miami, its time has come.
Hey folks, Tony Segreto here. What if I told you you could go to a great restaurant, feel completely safe because their COVID protocol is unmatched, have an amazing meal, have a great time. When the bill comes, you won't get sticker shock. You're going to say, that's too good to be true. No, it's not, because I'm talking about Texas Roadhouse. Great family atmosphere, great atmosphere for a couple, great atmosphere if you just want to go by yourself and watch a game and have the coldest beer in town. And while you're doing that, have the best bread in town. All at Texas Roadhouse. Everything you get there is fresh every day and made sure it's served at your table, hot and ready to go. And the best part is you don't get sticker shock because the prices are amazing. Texas Roadhouse.
Recently we realized it's not just hurricane season that can hurt us. Any time of year, things can happen to your home or business. And the insurance company can be your friend, but they also can be your enemy. Horizon Public Adjusters, Justina Testa, are here for you to help this process go so much easier. Before you call the insurance company, call Horizon Public Adjusters and Justina Testa at 954-809-8752. Would you go into court without an attorney? So why would you go up against an insurance company without Horizon Public Adjusters and Justina Testa? 7 to 10 times more money recovered with a public adjuster than if you went on your own. If there's no recovery, there's no fee. Give them a call at 954-809-8752. Why go up against insurance companies alone when you can have Horizon Public Adjusters and Justina Testa on your side?
Play the ponies in style at Champions, the outstanding simulcasting room at beautiful Hialeah Park. Yes, the grand old lady of thoroughbred racing has never been more vibrant, and you can wager on the races from the top tracks around the country while enjoying a cocktail at the Brass Rail Bar or any of the fine food served throughout the facility. If poker is your game, you're covered in style. And you can play all your favorite Vegas-style games, including blackjack, craps, and roulette in Hialeah Park's sizzling hot casino. Get a player's card when you walk through the door for all kinds of generous amenities, including our favorite, free play, when you come out to the ultimate casino and entertainment destination, Hialeah Park.
These days, we're all looking for comfort anywhere we can find it. Thank goodness for Landlubbers Raw Bar and Grill in the Plantation location, because they are making sure you are as comfortable as possible. First of all, they're not only open for delivery and pickup. All you have to do is go to landlubbersbarandgrill.com for both pickup and free delivery. Their hours have changed a little bit. Monday through Thursday from 3:30 to 10. And Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 11:30 to 10. You're going to have the best wings in the world. You're going to have a great burger. You're going to have their amazing soups. Again, Landlubbers Raw Bar and Grill. It's nice and easy. Just go to landlubbersbarandgrill.com for both your pickup and free delivery. Thank goodness for Landlubbers for making you always feel right at home.
Hey, it's Mike Mayo, the Gambling Gourmet here for my friends over at Shenanigans Sports Pub. It's a great place to go to take in a game, a good meal, and a couple of drinks. My friend Patrick, he's been doing it a long time, and he's got 2 locations. West side is right across from TY Park in Hollywood. And then the east side location is at 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. Shenanigans is the place for wings, burgers, barbecue, fresh fish, anything you want, drink specials, late night dining, outdoor dining. It is the place to go, family friendly. Go to Shenanigans and tell them the Gambling Gourmet sent you.
Oh, Solo Volante will be coming late. Oh, Solo Volante, the Belmont's now a mile and an 8. The finish line is coming up quick. Luca Panici, just switch the stick.
The only way to get the morning started is with Defo, joined by Lubie, right here on the Defo Show.
Welcome back to the show, Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge, our first venture here with the Trivia Challenge on Ion Channel. And once again, many people to thank for setting us up, including Big Jack Namer and Brad. And Brad did a marvelous job setting me up here because I'm barely going to be able to pull this stuff apart, much less having, had to put it together before the show. So that was really great. Frank Fiore, of course, and the staff here at Hialeah Park, they always do a marvelous job and really have been wonderful supporters of everything that we've done here. For a long time, including the Trivia Challenge, now in about its third or fourth year here at Hialeah Park, and we're real happy to be back. We have the video streaming on ionchannel.com, so you can see what we look like, and we look like a bunch of old fools.
Yeah,
don't
let that stop you. We look like the AARP Mount Rushmore, just missing one piece, I think.
Yeah, by next week, I'm assuming we're going to have more phone lines, too, so it'll make it a little bit easier for you guys to call in, but right now, if you get a chance, it's 954-417-0070, 954-417-0070. And at Hialeah Park, the casino doors open at 9 o'clock when we're going to be making our way off the airwaves. So straight downstairs to play that quick pick machine. Steve Calabro has those things humming. And every day I go on Facebook, every day, one of the first things that pops up is, there it is, another giant jackpot, one at Hialeah Park. So is a place, and I've gone to another casino that's in closer proximity to where I live, and they are not a sponsor of ours, so we don't mean to denounce them. But what the hell are they doing with those machines? My God. Who is calibrating those? I mean, just straight out the door, losing proposition. So they want you to have fun here at Hialeah Park, and they've got it really going on in the casino. Great food and drink all over the place. A champion simulcasting room. That is exciting. I'm glad you reminded me, because what a spot to be for the Breeders' Cup this would be. So get your tickets in advance and have yourself a ball here and bet all those fantastic races coming from beautiful Del Mar, where the turf meets the surf. And that's coming up, November 6th, is it?
5th and 6th. Yep, Friday the 5th, Saturday the 6th.
Yeah, 2 great days of thoroughbred racing. All right, here's the way it works, guys, for the uninitiated. I mean, a lot of our regulars know exactly what's happening here, but we essentially ask a set of 4 questions. The first one's particularly difficult, and then the degree of difficulty ratchets up from there. So you get 1 point for the first answer, 1 for the second, which is a true-false proposition, 3 for what is supposed to be kind of a mid-pack type of degree of difficulty question, which will be the first multiple choice, and then the second one is worth 5 points. And the way we're going to work it today with the 1 phone line proposition is to just give the highest point total at the end of game 1. The award, which will be a Landlubbers gift certificate secured by one Mike Lubitz, courtesy of the great Alex Sufreen. So you guys ready? First set of questions on this edition. Ion Channel welcomes the Paulie Man. The first set of questions on the new version of the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge here on this fine Thursday morning. Going to start out in the traditional fashion, though, with the Paulie Man and some
easy baseball. And speaking of Aaron Boone and Garrett Cole, about Yankee manager Aaron Boone pulling Garrett Cole after only 6 batters in the wild card game, he said, hey, it was the obvious decision. He wanted to make sure he was well rested for opening day of next year. Bobby Wisher, Bobby Fisher, Bobby Hale, or Bobby Sox?
All right. Well, we don't have the random phone scrambler to contend with there. Oh, there it is. All right. And we have Andy. Andy, welcome to the show. You're our first player here on the new version of the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge.
Hey, long time caller, first time listener, bro.
Well put. Well put, Andy.
What's your choice on that, Andy?
It's either A or B, but I think it's A. I'm going to go with A.
Boy.
A it is. A it is. You have 1 point and you're in the game. Very good.
We got a golf true or false.
All right.
With a sponsor's exemption in 2018, ex-quarterback Tony Romo had the best score of all amateurs at a tournament in Punta Cana with a total of 294. True or false?
I know Tony Romo was pretty good, but he probably put in some weird details, but I'll go with true.
No, that's false.
Did have the exemption for that and finished absolutely dead last.
Tony Romo?
Missing the cut with a 76-82 Gergely.
Wow.
Is he kind of losing it a little bit?
Wow.
Is there something wrong with him? At first, it was like kind of a charming new twist on doing color analysis on a football game. Now it really does
Now
sound
he's a
like
predator.
Yeah, right.
But you'll pass some guy, in the old days, you'd see some guy sleeping on cardboard when you were walking, especially when I made that late night walk on Sutphin Boulevard, going from the subway station to the Jamaica train station to get out to Long Island when I was working at Shea. And he's rambling like some of those guys that were sleeping in the doorway. Right. Only it's on CBS television on the #1 marquee game.
Supposedly went through Ancestry and they found out he is the grandson of Professor Irwin Corey. So that might have been it.
And Nance, he's worried about his job because he's hearing footsteps from Iron Eagle. Every day he hears bump, 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 bump. That's Eagle gaining ground on him. And he's got to work with this guy who seems like he has somewhat lost his mind. All right, Andy, you have 1 point going for 4.
And also next week we'll have questions on index cards, not on ripped pieces of paper that we just grabbed.
But that's part of the charm of the show.
Yes, by all means.
Football.
Be a napkin from Denny's, and you would have the 5-point championship question.
Football. In an NFL front office survey a couple of weeks ago, 3 teams were voted most analytically advanced. Who of the following was
not
Cleveland Browns, Baltimore Ravens, Tennessee Titans, or Miami Dolphins?
It's your Miami Dolphins.
Miami has the Dolphins.
No.
The greatest football team.
Tennessee Titans.
Wow.
All right. And he's still
tough
with 1
question.
point, and you can set the pace
You can
here.
see the Dolphin analytics are just doing just superb.
Oh, yeah.
What the hell is going on there? You can't figure it out, can you? How do you get into the 3rd year? We've been talking about this at great length on the show during the week. How do you get to the 3rd year of a rebuilding plan, and all of a sudden you've sunk into an abyss? And you realize, and it's the worst of all seasons, worst of all possible seasons. But they have salvation. They're going to get Deshaun Watson. He'll be eligible to play in 2025. So might as well trade all your draft picks and your quarterback to get this guy. 5-point question coming up here, Andy.
Baseball. Charlie Martin, who got his leg broken the other day with that line drive, who's become a super big game pitcher, got his first complete major league shutout way back years ago versus the Chicago Cubs, the Chicago White Sox, the New York Mets, or the New York Yankees?
Yeah, I'll go with the Mets.
Mets, incorrect.
It was the Chicago Cubs, a 4-hit shutout.
Now, the Alliance Sports Bureau will make a note that the first player in the new version on Ion Channel of the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge.
Tough draw, Defo.
Got absolutely slam dunked there, right? Andy.
And a great player, too.
Yeah.
Really
and
good
he almost
players.
went for B on the first one, too. Jeez.
All right. So Andy bombs out. You can dial us up if you'd like to play at 954-417-0070. And before we get into our next set of questions, do want to mention and a special shout out. These guys also a huge supporters of ours. And Destination Sport Miami. This is you talk about Hialeah Park being an iconic place. This place is going to really be the place of the future. And under construction in the Doral area, and they've been doing a great job. They have so many great people associated with them. It's really going to be the ultimate place, and it's going to do a lot for the South Florida sports business economy. It's going to be a training destination, the largest indoor multifaceted sports facility in North America, and I would venture to say in the world. 2 full football fields indoors, 2 I think also complete professional length hockey rinks. Brian Trottier is in charge of their hockey program. It's going to be great for everybody, professional teams that are training here, youth as well. So a lot of good things. Randy Moss is involved with their football. Destination Sport Miami, check it out. They have all kinds of interesting things going on as they're already in the building phase. And you're going to love everything they're doing and what's happening. And it's going to be a real asset to the South Florida sports community. Destination Sport Miami. All right. We have Dave Gergely. Lubie, we're ready to go. Our next set of questions with Dave Gergely. Players online.
Break so I can get the person on the line. That would be wonderful.
Okay. All right. Tell us, too. I mean, we're here in Hialeah. You spend a lot of your day at Magic City Casino. Scott Savin, of course, the innovator, always with interesting stuff there. And Hialeah is the big thing.
Yep. They, of course, he brought back Hialeah, and the version was getting ex-athletes, mostly ex-players that never played before, and let's see what they can do. And 3-4 years later, they're really, really a tremendous product. And now with Dania closing up, going to pick up a lot of the top Dania players.
These guys are coming down there?
The beginning of the year. So it's just getting better and better and better. And, in fairness, when they had this second year now of the U.S. National Championships, won by both Douglas and his brother, 2 players, of course, from Magic City Casino. So everybody was proud, but a lot of action. And in 5 states now, at 5 o'clock, 3 days a week, they have H2H, which is head-to-head. And it's legalized sports betting in these states. Defo minus 140 versus Paulie man plus 160 type of thing. So really amazing what he's done. Of course, you got the casino, you got the poker room over by me, you got the sports club. Just quickly, $10 per seat, but you get $10 back in free food. So it's a push, and got great games going. There's always some physical games, throw a football through a hole, and the great Sunday game, the Paulie man's Sunday 1 o'clock. Man
pick 3, yeah.
Pick 3. The pick 3, where you pick 3 1 o'clock games of your choosing versus the spread. If you do, $100. And I was telling Gergels 2 weeks ago when the Chalk won all 7 games, 48 people played, 24 people won.
Wow.
What was your opinion? That's Magic City Casino because the Paulie man there, the ultimate host, and very gracious there. And what's the name of the room that you're traversing?
The sports club.
Sports club.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Very good. Do you think Goodell is influencing the outcome of some of these games where, like, Brady took a knee with 2 minutes to go in the Eagles game? Who do you think made that call? Because all of a sudden, all of his partners were about to have to, pay off all of the chalk players that had Tampa Bay laying 7 and a hook, and the thing falls on 6. And, you don't think there was a little thank you gratuity from the MGM brand there? Hey, Raj, don't worry, the $40 million, we don't care that you're making that kind of money. Here's another couple of million. Everybody can use more cash. All right, we're coming back to Hialeah Park. We'll pick up our next player here. You can dial us up if you want to play it, 954-417-0070. We have Dave Gergely, the Paulie man, Paul Massell. I'm Jeff Deforrest, live from beautiful Hialeah Park. Come on out, have a good time. Special hello to all the people from Destination Sport Miami tuned in here on the program. Hope you guys are enjoying the show as always. He's Mike Lubitz, and we'll be back with more in a moment. Now that.
The time.
We've hit almost the end of the first hour of the program.
Wow.
Since day one of Old School, we've had Catholic Health Services be part of our family. They are recognized as the quintessential rehab facility in the Southeast for strokes, but it goes well beyond strokes because Catholic Health Services is in the community of South Florida to help the community stay healthy. And if they're not healthy, get them healthy and get them back on their feet quicker than they could have ever expected. They do it every single day. It's step and repeat 24/7. Catholic Health Services.
Destination Sport Miami is here to revolutionize the sports landscape in South Florida. The largest indoor multifaceted sports complex in North America is on the way with distinguished leaders of its various sports programs and unparalleled access to the finest indoor training fields and facilities. Destination Sport Miami will set South Florida apart as the destination of choice for elite athletic training and development and for its dedication to youth programs and sports on all levels. A phenomenal concept and a powerful undertaking, Destination Sport Miami will also be an important commodity in the sports business community as well. Destination Sport Miami, its time has come. The championship meet is right around the corner at Gulfstream Park. The only place for live racing, Gulfstream's action has never been hotter. Whether it's on the track, in the casino, or part of the dining and entertainment offered at the Village of Gulfstream Park. Currently running Thursday through Sunday, Gulfstream's racing package is the best in the country, with all the top horses and people in the game pointing towards another tremendous winter season. Check out the remodeled first floor casino, open 7 days and nights a week, along with the many special events and concerts happening at Gulfstream Park. You can place your wagers from anywhere at firstbet.com. Check the calendar of events at gulfstreampark.com.
From the newly renovated sports bar to the beautiful bayside views captured at the Tiki Bar, Jimmy Johnson's Big Chill has it all. Located at mile marker 104, the Big Chill also offers waterfront dining while experiencing breathtaking sunset views of the Florida Keys. It's simply the hottest spot in the Keys to cool off. That's Jimmy Johnson's Big Chill at mile marker 104 in Key Largo. For more information, call today at 305-453-9066.
Buy or lease a Taos and take it to the house at Deal Volkswagen. Anna and her team make your next VW purchase or lease so easy with new inventory rolling in daily and the biggest selection of certified pre-owned vehicles in the business. You can make your deal online at dealvolkswagen.com or visit the beautiful showroom in the classic location, 3601 Bird Road, right in the heart of the Gables. Or give Anna and the team at Deal a call at 305-448-DEEL. Jettas, Passats, Tiguans, Atlas models, and the hottest vehicle in the industry, the new Taos, all at unbeatable prices and all ready to roll off the showroom floor at the #1 Volkswagen dealership around, Deal Volkswagen. Lovely and talented one, Leslie Visser, with us here on the show. All right, let me have it, Leslie.
When
Yes.
the Duke and I introduce you to Roger Penske, please do not talk about the Borscht belt. Did you ask if the Duke would give you a stack of sticks?
Yes, earlier in the show, which I said I could turn Duke's large stack of sticks into a short stack by Sunday night.
He would prefer to give it to the pigskin princess. Before he give it to you. All right, that's it. I can't take any more.
Grab a bagel and a schmear, plus some Defo and Lubie. Welcome back to the Defo Show.
Welcome back to the show, Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge, live from the Champions Simulcasting Room here at Hialeah Park on Ion Channel. Going to try and squeeze in another player before the top of the hour. The number, if you want to get in, 954-417-0070. As soon as you hear somebody hang up, start banging the phone. Straight to Dave Gergely's Gergely, our next set of questions.
Boxing. This legendary boxing broadcaster, during a rather lopsided fight with Mike Hialeah losing to Vito Antuofermo, said it this way. Hialeah is the boxer in the green trunks and the red blood. Don Dumphy, Phil Silvers, or hi-ho Silver away.
Might have been Vito's blood that was dripping all over him. I shook Vito's hand one time. I met him at a fight I was calling in New York. And I shook his hand, and all of a sudden, he started bleeding from the left eye. This was long after his career was over. All right, we go to Photo. There's a random phone scrambler. It lands on Photo.
Wow.
We're on the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge and a photo finish. Hello.
Welcome back, guys.
Hey.
Photo.
Hey,
That a boy, Photo.
Very good. We have to run quickly
All
through these, so here we go.
Baseball photo, true or false? Brave slugger Jock Pedersen, in a film in a recent interview with Sports Illustrated, revealed why he wears a string of pearls. It's a tribute to his maternal grandmother, Pearl, who he spent much time with as a youth. True or false?
false.
Yeah, that's false.
That is false?
He just thought he'd
Well, what
wear
is the
pearls.
reason? Do we know?
He just thought he'd be something different. That's it.
All right, very good. 2 points going for 5 here.
Yes, sir.
That's the total.
Hoops. J.J. Riddick, who just retired, was drafted by the Magic in 2006, and after 7 years, went to play for 5 more teams. Which team did he play for right after the Magic?
All right.
The Clippers, the Bucks, the 76ers, or the Pelicans?
The Bucks.
That's right.
Bucks, wow.
Well done.
Photo's
Holy
on
cow.
fire here. Did you feed him the answers?
No, I
before
did
the show?
not. I
Make
did
the guy
not.
look good?
Although with the proper accoutrement. No, we're going to go into that.
All right, 5-point question. Going for the sweep, our first sweeper.
All right, baseball. Which of the following pitchers hit a home run on the first pitch he ever faced in the majors? Hoyt Wilhelm, Greg Maddux, Rick Wise, or Adam Wainwright?
Maddox.
No, it was Adam Wainwright versus the Giants, 2006. Good score, though, Photo.
All right, very good. 5 points in the lead. Photo. We'll come back with more. Game number 1, and we will have a second game of the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge. We're live at the Champion simulcast room with beautiful Hialeah Park. Dave Gergely, the Paulie Man, Paul Marcel. I'm Jeff Deforrest. That's Michael Lubitz at the other end, and we'll be back with more of game number 1 of the Trivia Challenge in a moment on Ion Channel. Now that
The time.
it's 8 o'clock.
It's the Gambling Gourmet for Cafe Seville in Fort Lauderdale. It's one of my favorite places. It is old school joint with Spanish, classic continental cuisine, in a cozy, friendly setting. It's at 2768 East Oakland Park, open every day except Sunday for dinner, starting at 5 p.m. You go in there, you see Joey and his better half Sally. They are given the greatest in service. And the food, oh my gosh, it's paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, stuffed veal chop. They serve this great fantastic warm sourdough bread.
He was always in that
Fort
focus like this.
Lauderdale, and tell them that the Gambling Gourmet sent you.
Hey, folks, Tony Segreto here. What if I told you you could go to a great restaurant, feel completely safe because their COVID protocol is unmatched, have an amazing meal, have a great time. When the bill comes, you won't get sticker shock. You're going to say, that's too good to be true. No, it's not, because I'm talking about Texas Roadhouse. Great family atmosphere, great atmosphere for a couple, great atmosphere if you just want to go by yourself and watch a game and have the coldest beer in town. And while you're doing that, have the best bread in town. All at Texas Roadhouse. Everything you get there is fresh every day and made sure it's served at your table, hot and ready to go. And the best part is you don't get sticker shock because the prices are amazing. Texas Roadhouse.
Destination Sport Miami is here to revolutionize the sports landscape in South Florida. The largest indoor multifaceted sports complex in North America is on the way, with distinguished leaders of its various sports programs and unparalleled access to the finest indoor training fields and facilities. Destination Sport Miami will set South Florida apart as the destination of choice for elite athletic training and development, and for its dedication to youth programs and sports on all levels. A phenomenal concept and a powerful undertaking, Destination Sport Miami will also be an important commodity in the sports business community as well. Destination Sport Miami, its time has come.
Since day one of Old School, we've had Catholic Health Services be part of our family. They are recognized as the quintessential rehab facility in the Southeast for strokes, but it goes well beyond strokes because Catholic Health Services is in the community of South Florida to help the community stay healthy. And if they're not healthy, get them healthy and get them back on their feet quicker than they could have ever expected. They do it every single day. It's step and repeat, 24/7. Catholic Health Services.
Buy or lease a Taos and take it to the house at Deal Volkswagen. Anna and her team make your next VW purchase or lease so easy with new inventory rolling in daily and the biggest selection of certified pre-owned vehicles in the business. You can make your deal online at dealvolkswagen.com or visit the beautiful showroom in the classic location, 3601 Bird Road, right in the heart of the Gables. Or give Anna and the team at Deal a call at 305-448-DEEL. Jettas, Passats, Tiguans, Atlas models, and the hottest vehicle in the industry, the new Taos, all at unbeatable prices and all ready to roll off the showroom floor at the #1 Volkswagen dealership around, Deal Volkswagen. We have a few things we have to establish here, Lubie, before we get moving. I know you're a stickler for the format and all the details. Like Lubitz, I mean, come on. Lubie.
No, Lubie, it's called the format. I know Syracuse didn't teach that, but there's something called the format.
The only thing I learned at Syracuse was that anything that comes to the station that's free, grab it.
From South Florida to the entire world, thank you to the iHeartRadio app. Here is Defo joined by Lubie on the Defo Show.
Welcome back to the show. Our first rendition of the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge, first edition of the program here on Ion Channel, our new venture. And so far, so good. as we're coming to you live from the Champions simulcasting room. Wasn't expecting to see anybody in the background. Freaked me out here.
He wants those Breeders' Cup tickets early. I don't blame him.
He heard about all the special things going on here at Hialeah Park, broke through the doors as if he was, outside the Olympic Auditorium for that Pepino Cuevas fight when they just broke down the warehouse door, and all of a sudden people were flooding in. That kind of looked like, Black Friday. And we always do want to, in advance, because Thanksgiving and the holidays right around the corner, pay tribute and homage to the poor schmuck who ends up being, a part-time guy, and he's the guy that opens the doors.
Oh, my goodness.
And they come pouring. And that guy is routinely trampled, right? Is that stock footage that they have? When they go to that story on the news?
It's sad. It looked like that the Capitol Police officer being stomped by those people against the doors there. Wow.
Just crazy. Oh, yeah. I mean, it very much looks like an insurrection. But anyway, people would be flocking here to Hialeah Park, and they always do, because it's such a wonderful place to be. And the casino doors open up in about an hour. And you can go ahead and plunge away to your heart's content. Champion Simulcasting Room, as Gergels mentioned earlier, an ideal place to check out the Breeders' Cup. But get tickets in advance here, because it's going to be great. And it's not like they jam 300,000 people into this room here. You got plenty of space and elbow room. And, of course, lots of tellers. You're never going to get shut out unless you're getting to the point where I am, where I'm getting shut out on a mind bet. Which is that's a perplexing thing. Our phone number, if you want to give us a call and play the game, photo in front here with 5, nearly swept the board. 954-417-0070. 954-417-0070. And right now there's limited access on that, so it's going to prohibit us from doing our usual finals, which always gets very exciting when the two guys square off and they go head to head, and there's strategy involved. You don't know if you want to just call in with a lousy answer, take a guess. You have a 25% chance of winning. Not too bad, a lot better than you're going to have in the Powerball, which, why is it not worth playing at $170 million? No, really, I mean, that's a great question. I mean, $170 million isn't worth taking a shot at, but like $500 million, you're running down to Circle K's. And,
so funny.
And you have to plan your strategy, because it's going to be some hole-in-the-wall joint. You're not getting the winning ticket, nothing against this particular, establishment, but you're not getting a winning ticket at Publix, are you? You're getting it like Moe's, check cashing store or whatever,
Always.
someplace like that, always, right? But not worth it. I passed a sign on 95 on my way down here. And by the way, a lot of people on the road.
Unreal.
Different than coming here Saturdays. Yeah.
Unreal. That's what
that was really
slowed
something.
me down somewhat.
Yeah. And, so I blow by a sign that says like 170 million. I said, I'm not interested in that. What's the point? All right. If you're interested in the Landlubbers gift certificate, give us a call for 954-417-0070. We have photo with 5 points. This is game number 1 of the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge, and we'll get right back into it. And get up our next player and our next set of questions with the Paulie man, Paul Massell.
Hoops, with Ben Simmons trying to pull a George Costanza and get fired on purpose, supposedly practicing with a practice jersey stuffed in his pockets, he said, don't be surprised if he starts showing up stuffing other things into his pocket, probably like a jersey, a phone, his wallet, and eventually a hoagie from Wawa. Dan Garland, Dan Marino, Dan Topping, or Dandy Dan the Pretzel Man.
All right.
Always take Laspanas over a Wawa hoagie. You believe Gail, one of the owners of Laspanas, was actually concerned that this might cut into their business, but two different entities
exactly.
all together. All right, let's roll the scrambler here, Lubie, and select our next player, the random phone scrambler. And it lands on Ron. It looks like Ron is up, part of the Lenny the Chronic.
Oh, okay.
Clan here. Ron managed
Welcome,
to
Ron.
get his way in. Ron, you're on the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge. Good morning, sir.
Guys, it's nice to hear your voices again.
Very good. Yeah, check us out. You see the Polyman television hair, and it's in full splendor. That's why we gave him the middle seat. The best looking of the three of us by far. And wow, what great condition this man is in. And you can catch us on ionchannel.com with the streaming video that we have. All right, you have 1 point. You're in the game.
Got a baseball, true or false. Brave first baseman Freddie Freeman, known for talking to base runners, once got Trey Turner picked off while asking him if he liked pepperoni on his pizza.
Nice.
True or false?
Sounds crazy enough to be true.
I made that up.
Made that one
Oh,
up.
you're on your game today,
You said
Paulie,
pineapple,
man.
not pepperoni, right? Yeah.
Where were you during the month that we weren't on the air there? In Wahoo? I mean, just taking up stuff because you seem to have made a vital transformation.
We like it.
Yeah, in terms of your approach. All right, a 3-point question for you, Ron. This will give you 4.
Wrestling Defo. The Undertaker's amazing WrestleMania win streak came to an end in what city?
Good question.
Wow.
San Diego, Dallas, New Orleans, or Atlanta?
Let's go Dallas.
Incorrect.
New Orleans.
New Orleans.
What was that? That was the big show, you said?
Undertaker.
Undertaker.
Yeah.
Had the greatest manager. Wild Red Berry is always going to be
Yes.
the greatest wrestling manager in history. Fabulous Kangaroos. Did he manage anybody else, or was that his only
I don't remember.
group that he handled there? The Fabulous Kangaroos. And what were the actual names of the Kangaroos? Do we know individually?
Roy Heffernan and
Wow.
Costello was the last name of the other
Wow.
one.
Wow.
Oh, Paulie, man.
Elvis.
Roy Heffernan and something Costello.
Because everybody knew Skull Murphy and Brute Bernard.
Yeah, of course.
They're arch rivals. But Berry was very influential in the outcome of many of those matches with the cane and the way he would trip up Bernard, and then Skull Murphy would get all angry about the whole thing. But the greatest manager ever. But Paul Bearer, with
Pretty
The
good name.
Undertaker,
Great
wasn't
name.
far behind.
No.
And, if they had a movie about Paul Bearer, he would have been played by Peter Lorre.
Yes.
There's no question, right?
Yes.
All right, here we go. What is this, 3-pointer?
Yeah, 5 points.
5-pointer coming up.
Baseball. Of the following, who has never hit 2 home runs in 1 inning on 2 occasions?
Wow.
All right,
Who has
Not.
has
Not.
Andre Dawson, Willie McCovey, Alex Rodriguez, Edwin Encarnacion?
Let's go A-Rod.
A-Rod. Incorrect.
Andre Dawson.
Wow, a tough draw by the Paulie man. So we have Photo with 5 points. He's the only guy with a point total so far in the game, and not an uneclipsable one, if I can get that out there smoothly. But he is in the lead with 5 points. You can dial us up if you'd like to play, 954-417-0070, 954-417-0070. Medina Spirit got approved for, I guess, the Breeders' Cup Classic.
Oh, wow.
The Bob Baffert horse. And Baffert immediately had to fire his veterinarian, Victor Conti, in order to assure the stewards that the race was going to be conducted under the ultimate of integrity. All right, 954-417-0070. If you want to give us a call, play game number 1. We will have a second game here today of the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge, coming to you live from the Champion Simulcasting Room. And here's our next set of questions with the great Dave Gergely.
Easy baseball. This Oakland A's pitcher on then tough owner Charlie Finley, undergoing heart surgery, said, "I felt bad for Charlie. It took 8 hours, 7 hours just to find his heart." Was it Steve McCarty, Earl Batty, Early Fires, or Duffy Dyers?
Good question here. It's been a scrambler there, Lubie. See what we come up with. Looks like it landed on Lenny the Chronic.
Oh,
wow. The Lenny the Chronic here. Chronic, welcome to our first edition on Ion Channel of the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge.
Glad.
All right,
Hey,
Lenny.
it's correct. Good job, Lenny.
Part of it. How you doing, guys?
All right, nice to have you back.
We're good.
All right.
And
Keep up the good work, Lenny.
yeah,
All right.
Alex Sufreen said he will honor those gift certificates you've stashed away up to 1 year from the date of issue.
And there's
1 year, that's it. After that, Lenny, you're on your own.
no truth to the rumor that Marquis is going to say Lenny lovers instead of land lovers.
Do you have enough gift certificates, one on this program, to own the place yet?
Not quite. I got to share it with my teammates most of the time.
There you go. Good for you.
All right, very good. Well, you have 1 point and you're in this competition.
All right, football, Lenny, true or false? Patriots quarterback Mac Jones says that one of the biggest helpers with him learning the playbook was his girlfriend, and they used to do it walkthroughs in the backyard. True or false?
Yeah, why not? True.
That is true.
That is true.
That
Good
is
job.
true. Yep.
Here's Lenny, who never gets a true-false question.
Yeah, from Paulie. He doesn't get them from Paulie. He gets them from me, though.
Now he's 2 for 2.
All right, Lenny, baseball. What 2 teams played in the first ever nighttime World Series game? Was that the Mets and the Orioles, the Cardinals and the Yankees, the Reds and the Yankees, or the Pirates and the Orioles?
It's the Pirates and the Orioles.
That's right, 1973, as a matter of fact.
Said with authority, this is a man who knows his stuff, and he's gunning for his first sweep here on the new edition of the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge.
Wow. Then let me see if I can find the appropriate
Find
questions.
some
for
ABA
Lenny.
questions here. Yeah, you're digging through the
And
files.
was that not the We Are Family Pirates that came back?
I think that was later, 79, I think, wasn't it?
All right, here we go. Higher degree of difficulty.
All right, here we go, Lenny. Sticking with baseball. Just over 25 years ago, Hall of Famer Andre Dawson hit his 438th and final home run in a Marlins uniform against the Astros. Who was the pitcher that gave up that home run?
Wow.
Greg Swindell,
I love
Darryl Kyle, Danny Darwin, or Xavier Hernandez?
What the hell?
Can you repeat those? I'm sorry.
Yeah, sure. That's okay. Was it Greg Swindell, Darryl Kyle, Danny Darwin, or Xavier Hernandez?
I'm going to go with Danny Darwin.
Wow, you're wrong.
Oh, man, I
no
thought he had
sweep
the
here,
sweep. I
baby.
really thought he had
Xavier
it.
Hernandez was the one that gave it up.
All right, very good. Lenny the Chronic, though, with 5 points, tied for the lead. We may have to roll some dice there to decide the champion without having the absolute, resolution to the game there with the finals that we normally conduct. 954-417-0070 if you'd like to play the game. 954-417-0070 if you'd like to play the game. We're going to continue game number 1 here of the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge. There will be a second game. We thank you guys for participating. I mean, always interesting when you do this under a new banner and the auspices here of the Ion Channel, ionchannel.com, to see if we're going to be able to connect with the audience that we had before. But people have been clamoring for the game, and so thankful for you guys for tuning in and enjoying the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge.
We should distinguish it when you say ion. That's EYE on, right?
Yes.
As opposed to ion.
And it's not like Iron Eagle.
Right.
It looks like Ian Eagle, but nonetheless, it is Iron.
Okay.
Once again, our thanks to the people at Destination Sport Miami, and of course the people here at Hialeah Park and all of our other fine sponsors. Deal Volkswagen, of course, wouldn't be here without those guys as well. And Hialeah Park, that's a great idea, Gergely. I think you hit on the ultimate idea. Call in advance, get your tickets for the Breeders' Cup celebration out here at Champion Simulcasting Room, the ultimate place. You'll feel like you're at the Breeders' Cup.
Oh, yeah.
Because I recently visited a couple of the boutique tracks. I've been one time to Saratoga. That's great. Del Mar was beautiful, mostly because of where it's situated, as much as the fact that you're at a racetrack in that atmosphere. Keeneland, of course, is just absolute classic. I talk about a mecca for racing. And I'm thinking Hialeah Park is everything that all of those places are and more. And you still get that same feeling here at Champions. They did a marvelous job of kind of fusing the old and the new here with everything they did at Hialeah Park. So come on out to Hialeah Park and enjoy the Breeders' Cup. And that's coming up next Friday, a week from tomorrow, and Saturday. And going to be just an absolute brilliant series of races coming to you from Del Mar, California. You can punch away right here at Hialeah Park. He's Dave Gergely. More of the game to come. Paulie Man Paul Massell will decide game number 1 in the next segment. And see if somebody can eclipse Photo and Lenny in a dead heat right now with 5 points apiece. Mike Lubitz is at the controls doing a masterful job. And once again, our thanks to Jack Namer and Brad for coming out here, setting this up in advance, and the people at Hialeah Park for saying, okay, no problem. Yeah, you want to get in at 6? Well, we'll let you right in the door. We really are appreciative of that. I'm Jeff Deforrest, and back with more in a moment on Ion Channel, ionchannel.com. Now that. It's 8:18. Play the ponies in style at Champions, the outstanding simulcasting room at beautiful Hialeah Park. Yes, the grand old lady of thoroughbred racing has never been more vibrant, and you can wager on the races from the top tracks around the country while enjoying a cocktail at the Brass Rail Bar or any of the fine food served throughout the facility. If poker is your game, you're covered in style, and you can play all your favorite Vegas-style games, including blackjack, craps, and roulette in Hialeah Park's sizzling hot casino. Get a player's card when you walk through the door for all kinds of generous amenities, including our favorite, free play, when you come out to the ultimate casino and entertainment destination, Hialeah Park.
Hey, folks, Tony Segreto here. What if I told you you could go to a great restaurant, feel completely safe because their COVID protocol is unmatched, have an amazing meal, have a great time. When the bill comes, you won't get sticker shock. You're going to say, that's too good to be true. Well, it's not, because I'm talking about Texas Roadhouse. Great family atmosphere, great atmosphere for a couple, great atmosphere if you just want to go by yourself and watch a game and have the coldest beer in town. And while you're doing that, have the best bread in town. all at Texas Roadhouse. Everything you get there is fresh every day and made sure it's served at your table, hot and ready to go. And the best part is you don't get sticker shock because the prices are amazing. Texas Roadhouse.
Hey, it's Mike Mayo for Even Keel Fish Shack, corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard at Lauderdale by the Sea. It's my favorite place now for great seafood in a casual beachfront setting. They got happy hour 4 to 7 Monday through Friday. They've got great dishes like grilled oysters and oysters on the half shell, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, octopus. They also have burgers and chicken for those who don't like the seafood.
That was you in front of me.
7 days a week for lunch, dinner, and weekend brunch.
It is
Go to
weird,
Even
yeah.
Keel Fish Shack. Go say
I
hi
didn't
to
think there would have
Dave
any
Brad
people
and tell them
driving.
Gambling Gourmet sent you.
Recently realized it's not just hurricane season that can hurt us. Any time of year, things can happen to your home or business. And the insurance company can be your friend, but they also can be your enemy. Horizon Public Adjusters, Justina Testa, are here for you to help this process go so much easier. Before you call the insurance company, call Horizon Public Adjusters and Justina Testa at 954-809-8752. Would you go into court without an attorney? So why would you go up against an insurance company without Horizon Public Adjusters and Justina Testa? 7 to 10 times more money recovered with a public adjuster than if you went on your own. If there's no recovery, there's no fee. Give them a call at
I watched Godfather 2 last week. And that part, I said, there's
Why
Gergels
go
and
up against
Defo.
insurance companies alone? You can have Horizon Public Adjusters and Justina Testa on your side.
Buy or lease a Taos and take it to the house at Deal Volkswagen. Anna and her team make your next VW purchase or lease so easy with new inventory rolling in daily and the biggest selection of certified pre-owned vehicles in the business. You can make your deal online at dealvolkswagen.com or visit the beautiful showroom in the classic location, 3601 Bird Road, right in the heart of the Gables. Or give Anna and the team at Deal a call at 305-448-DEEL. Jettas, Passats, Tiguans, Atlas models, and the hottest vehicle in the industry, the new Taos, all at unbeatable prices and all ready to roll off the showroom floor at the #1 Volkswagen dealership around, Deal Volkswagen. Where, the professor has now been obsessed. He was betting all kinds of weird stuff. I almost said something that rhymes with zit. During the pandemic, right? That would have been 2 weeks in a row. Right? What's going on with that brain, Deforrest? You better get that Prevagen. You got any jellyfish I can eat? That seems to be the thing that restores your memory.
Jellyfish.
Do you buy into that?
No.
Because Diana Nyad would have never forgotten a thing if that was true. She was swallowing jellyfish from Havana to Key West.
That was sick. What was that? That was disgusting. That poor woman's face. I mean, you talk about looking like Chuck Wepner. She looked like Chuck Wepner when they pulled her out of the water.
She was wearing a jellyfish on her head that looked like a yarmulke, right? I thought she was straight out of shul. I'm like, wow.
The best way to kick off your day is with Defo plus Lubie. We now return to the Defo Show.
Hi, welcome back to the show, Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge here on Ion Channel. Jeff Deforrest, along with the Paulie man, Paul Massell, the man with the television hair, and now it can be validated and verified that the Paulie man indeed has the television hair, because you can see the guy on ionchannel.com. In fact, One-Eyed Jack, a commentary here, we have a little conversational stream working, and One-Eyed Jack says, I'd call you on my phone, but unfortunately, I'm currently watching a radio show on it. And we have Dave Gergely as well. And happy to have you with us here from Hialeah Park. Have game number 1 working. There will be a second game. Be with you today with the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge until 9 o'clock. And we have Photo and Lenny currently right now racing in a dead heat when the line is open. And I say the line. And, it's going to expand. Next week, I think we'll have this thing fixed up. There's a little gadget that we can buy that will correct all of these problems. 954-417 0070 954-417 0070. Although to get this show on the air, everything is always a little bit on the dicey side whenever you're involved in one of my media enterprises here. And I literally was speaking of Wawa, I met Lubie at a gas station to get an essential cable to plug in, which when I got here, I was thinking, what the bleep do I do with this?
Wow.
And, we managed to get the thing up and running, got an emergency call from one of our Ion Channel engineers. And he said, you know what you're doing? No, he's not an old guy, but we managed to get the thing up and running. What, at 6:59:50? We pulled the old Phil Shane, where 10 seconds to airtime. We finally had everything in sync. That's not uncommon. All right, 954-417-0070. If you want to grab the phone line, we're going to give the high point scorer in both game number 1 and game number 2 the championship without having to contest. Although you came up with a thing on the fly there, and that was kind of interesting, making up rules as we go along, which we're entitled to since it's our game. But I don't know. That might be too cumbersome.
It would be
for us to do. So we're just going to go ahead. Whoever scores the most points.
And then a photo and Lenny tie, we give it the photo.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's it.
That's how it worked anyway with the random phone scrambler. Somehow Lenny always managed to get aced out. All right, so continuing and concluding game number 1 here in this segment, we go back to the Paulie man, Paul Massell, for our next set of questions here from Hialeah Park.
And this is a Hialeah Park trivia flashback.
Flashback.
Golf. About Greg Norman, one saying PGA men players should be able to wear shorts because they have better legs than the women. He said, I don't know, you're still going to have to convince me that John Daly has better sticks than Annika Sorensen. Ross Lipschutz, Ross Gallo, Jim Ross, Stephen Ross.
Ross Lipschutz said that?
Yeah, I remember him.
Wow. Any relation to Louis, my bookie?
I wonder.
Louis the Lip Lipschutz, yeah. Long time, piece of conversation here on the show. Piece of work, that guy, too. Meet me at the graveyard, 10 o'clock. All right, we go to, here's the scrambler, and we go to Stalker Mike. Stalker Mike pops up on the board. Stalker Mike, how are you? Welcome to the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge.
Good morning, Jeffrey, and all your friends. Hey.
Attaboy, Mike.
Correct. Way to go, Mike. To come in strong.
We got a hoops true or false. Ex-NBAer Junior Bridgman once owned over 100 Wendy's and Chili's and now has a net worth between 700 million and $1 billion.
He's already in on true.
He's already in on true.
Which I believe to be true, yes.
Yeah.
Junior Bridgman became a very successful businessman, was also a part of one of the major trades in sports history. Yes. Brian Winters, Junior Bridgman, and Dave Myers for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah.
They went to the Bucks and bombed out. Yeah. All right, very good.
After he bought all those Wendy's and Chili's, he parlayed. I think he bought a fleet of Uber.
Wow.
Is that right?
Cars.
Yeah. Wow.
What a good business.
Probably has a little bit of Bitcoin right now, too, and maybe a piece of Tesla. Yeah.
Exactly.
Baseball. Wandy Rodriguez became the first Red Sox pitcher to retire the first 9 batters in a postseason game since this pitcher did it, or since Roger Clemens, John Lester, Josh Beckett, Pedro Martinez.
Pedro Martinez.
Incorrect.
John Lester.
Wow.
All right, huge question for you here, Stalker Mike. You take the lead and be in a commanding position if you get this one right.
Stalker.
Sticking with baseball, the Miami Marlins have the highest postseason winning percentage in the majors at 24-14, 632 percentage.
Right.
Followed by the Yankees at 585. The Yankees are 241 and 171. What team is third?
Good question.
Nearly impossible.
Baltimore Orioles, St. Louis Cardinals, Toronto Blue Jays, or the New York Mets?
Baltimore Orioles.
How about against Blue Jays?
Blue Jays, right? Blue Jays. They don't make the playoffs.
Don't tell me it's the Mets.
The Mets?
51 and 38. New York Mets.
All right, Dr. Mike, thanks for playing the game. Yes.
Defo, real quick. I've been stalking you since What's Your Beef back in the day. When
Wow.
Do we owe you a gift certificate to a steakhouse? I'll get you one for Tropical Acres.
Get him something for Wendy's.
Yeah.
Take care, guys. Enjoy.
All right.
I appreciate the support.
Thanks for
here.
calling, Mike.
All right, 954-417-0070. Going to play one more here in game number 1. We will have a second game. 954-417-0070. If you'd like to play the game, give us a call here. Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge. Once again, real happy to be here on Ion Channel. You guys look great, by the way. Getting a lot of compliments on the way you two guys appear.
Well, then what we ought to get is an optometrist sponsor for people.
Well, I might need some people to put some eyeglasses on because, I actually one comment said, "Hey, Defo, and I love the Paulie Men and Gergels, but sorry for your loss." So anyway, good to have you guys tuned in. A lot of people calling in on our phone line, 954-417-0070, 954-417-0070. 0070 if you'd like to play the game, the Dead Heat. See if we can determine a champion here with our next caller here on the program. And we're going to fire it up with Dave Gergely and our next set of questions. Gergels, go ahead and fire away.
Hockey. This U.S. Olympic coach on a discussion with his wife who said, "You love hockey more than me," to which he responded, "Yes, dear, but I love you more than hunting and fishing." Was that Herb Brooks, Garth Brooks, Mel Brooks, or Mel Allen?
All right, Lubie, you got the random phone scrambler? The random phone scrambler. Oh, we don't have the random phone scrambler.
So, I mean, I'll scramble, but there's no player.
All right. Yeah, go ahead and scramble that up. And well, actually, you have to scramble and get out of here.
Yeah.
What do you have going? Well, we'll hold that question because we have a little technical snafu here.
I got a tournament to get to.
Next player. We do have to decide who's going to win between Photo and Lenny. Paulie, man, do you have a coin? I mean, we may just have to flip a coin here to determine the winner.
If it's a photo finish, you know who I'm voting for.
Live here.
It's a photo finish.
Himself out of it.
What's that now?
Photo lives in Michigan. So he
okay. Well, he's not going to Landlubbers then.
Yes.
All right. So then by default and by matter of geography, we've determined the outcome of game number 1. Lenny is the champion of game number 1 of the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge. And once again, I want to remind everybody, come on out to Hialeah Park. If you're coming to Hialeah Park, you might want to drive down here in a new Deal Volkswagen. And Paulie, man, I know you're familiar with Anna and her team at Deal Volkswagen.
They're the best.
Man, do they make it easy to buy a car. And a lot of people go in there and they're thinking, well, my credit score isn't necessarily what it should be. And it's not like this is some lot on 441 where you got like Trevor Duhaney. Was that the guy that was beaming up all the time? I don't know. Did he do some time? No, I don't know. I have no idea whatever happened to that guy, but he was on a lot of commercials. They don't have to sell you on some kind of false concept at Deal Volkswagen because they are the real deal. DealVolkswagen.com is where you'll find all the inventory. The new Taos is red hot. Have you seen that thing, Paulie, man?
Yes, I have. Beautiful.
And they got electronic cars coming out galore. And then really just, I guess it's 2023 is going to be this new SUV that they have that's all electronic, going to be absolutely fantastic. So they have an eye on the future as well. Deal Volkswagen, just a great place. But if you're looking for a car right now, this is the place to go. And a certified pre-owned certainly available at ridiculously low prices. Everybody's charging like sticker price from 5 years ago for what are known to be used cars. These certified pre-owns are checked out. They're practically new vehicles. They're like lease turnbacks, but low mileage, clean as a whistle, well taken care of, and fully inspected and brought right back up to speed. So you're getting practically a new car at half the price. That's at one place. That's Deal Volkswagen. It's located in town at 3601 Bird Road, online at dealvolkswagen.com, or you can call Anna and her great team there at Deal Volkswagen at 305-448-DEEL. All right, we're going to have game number 2 on tap here of the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge. That line is 954-417-0070, 954-417-0070. Dave Gergely had to split for his daytime job. I guess he's doing a golf tournament today, something like that. And so we appreciate him being on board here at Hialeah Park. The Polyman Paul Massell and I will continue. Mike Lubitz is at the controls on Ion Channel and IonChannel.com. Our first presentation of the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge live from the Champion Simulcasting Room at Hialeah Park continues in a moment. Now that.
The time.
It's 8:33.
Hey there, it's Mike Mayo. Do you like steaks? Do you like seafood? Do you like classic old Florida charm? You could get that all and more at Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of 95. The Studiali family, they've been running the place a long time. It's been there more than 70 years. And it is now a place you can get early bird specials along with steaks to take home and throw on the grill yourself at the Butcher Shop. That's open 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day. It's open for dinner every night starting at 4:30, but they are closed on Sundays. Go to Tropical Acres. It's a place to go for a great meal, great people, good value. Tropical Acres.
The championship meet is right around the corner at Gulfstream Park. The only place for live racing, Gulfstream's action has never been hotter. Whether it's on the track, in the casino, or part of the dining and entertainment offered at the Village of Gulfstream Park. Currently running Thursday through Sunday, Gulfstream's racing package is the best in the country, with all the top horses and people in the game pointing towards another tremendous winter season. Check out the remodeled first floor casino, open 7 days and nights a week, along with the many special events and concerts happening at Gulfstream Park. You can place your wagers from anywhere at firstbet.com. Check the calendar of events at gulfstreampark.com. Destination Sport Miami is here to revolutionize the sports landscape in South Florida. The largest indoor multifaceted sports complex in North America is on the way, with distinguished leaders of its various sports programs and unparalleled access to the finest indoor training fields and facilities. Destination Sport Miami will set South Florida apart as the destination of choice for elite athletic training and development, and for its dedication to youth programs and sports on all levels. A phenomenal concept and a powerful undertaking, Destination Sport Miami will also be an important commodity in the sports business community as well. Destination Sport Miami, its time has come.
These days, we're all looking for comfort anywhere we can find it. Thank goodness for Landlubbers Raw Bar and Grill in the Plantation location, because they are making sure you are as comfortable as possible. First of all, they're not only open for delivery and pickup. All you have to do is go to landlubbersbarandgrill.com for both pickup and free delivery. Their hours have changed a little bit. Monday through Thursday from 3:30 to 10, and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 11:30 to 10. You're going to have the best wings in the world. You're going to have a great burger. You're going to have their amazing soups. Again, Landlubbers Raw Bar and Grill. It's nice and easy. Just go to landlubbersbarandgrill.com for both your pickup and free delivery. Thank goodness for Landlubbers for making you always feel right at home.
Since day one of Old School, we've had Catholic Health Services be part of our family. They are recognized as the quintessential rehab facility in the Southeast for strokes, but it goes well beyond strokes, because Catholic Health Services is in the community of South Florida to help the community stay healthy. And if they're not healthy, get them healthy and get them back on their feet quicker than they could have ever expected. They do it every single day. It's step and repeat, 24/7. Catholic Health Services.
Buy or lease a Taos and take it to the house at Deal Volkswagen. Anna and her team make your next VW purchase or lease so easy, with new inventory rolling in daily and the biggest selection of certified pre-owned vehicles in the business. You can make your deal online at dealvolkswagen.com or visit the beautiful showroom in the classic location, 3601 Bird Road, right in the heart of the Gables. Or give Anna and the team at Deal a call at 305-448-DEEL. Jettas, Passats, Tiguans, Atlas models, and the hottest vehicle in the industry, the new Taos, all at unbeatable prices and all ready to roll off the showroom floor at the #1 Volkswagen dealership around, Deal Volkswagen.
Winning pick threes, doubles and exactas and trifecta keys, overs and unders and long gambling things. These are
a few of my favorite things.
Bookies and loan sharks who charge little Jews, parlays and long shots and wins by the cues, blackjack and roulette and pairs of pocket kings. These are a few
of my favorite things. Natalie Rodriguez, ladies and gentlemen.
The modern day odd couple, Defo and Lubie, are on now. It is, of course, the Defo Show.
Special weekday edition, first time here for the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge, happening on a Thursday morning. And we're going to do this every Thursday morning from 7 to 9. Jeff Deforrest, the Paulie Man, Paul Massell, Dave Gergely, as we scramble this thing together, said, I got something I got to do. And so he had to make an early exit here today. But we're glad you guys are tuned in, and you can dial us up if you want to play. We're going to start game number 2. We congratulate Lenny the Chronic. I mean, is that not appropriate, Paulie Man?
Of course.
Lenny the Chronic being the first winner of game number 1, the original game here on the program. Mike Lubitz is at the controls doing a fine job as he's piecing this thing together. And, well, I mean, literally. Talk about paper clips.
I forgot how it's run this thing. It's really hectic. It's like phone lines.
It is kind of wild, yeah. You can dial us up at 954-417-0070. Going to get game number 2 started. Leslie Visser asks, are we at a bar? I'm thinking, make mine a double right away. Getting things started with my lack of technical expertise. The book, by the way, has been in reprint.
Nice.
And it's out once again, Techno Jew, if you want to get my book about being in the industry and having to put together various technical aspects on the job. All right, you ready, Paulie Man?
Yes.
Get into game number 2.
I was just thinking, Lubie's going to win the 6th Man Award more times than Detlef Schrempf.
Great name.
All right, if you're just tuning in, here's the way it works. Paulie Man's going to fire off a set of questions here, and we'll play as many as we can before we hit the wire at 9 o'clock here at Champion Simulcasting Room. Then it's straight down to the casino to plunge away, because nothing better to have salvation for whatever show anxiety there was than to go downstairs and just start popping away on the slot machines down there and all your favorite Vegas-style games. The doors open up at 9. They stay open till 3 here at Hialeah Park, so you have plenty of time to play. And then 5 o'clock on the weekends. A lot of special events coming up here. Frank Fiore has been planning. I mean, once Frank, you can almost smell the wood burning from here. And you're not Paulie Man,
Yes.
Frank Fiore with boxing and all kinds of galas.
He's the best.
Festivities happening at Hialeah Park. So check out their website, hialeahpark.com. All right, 954-417-0070, 954-417-0070. Here we go. Game number 2 of the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge on Ion Channel. And you can see us all on ionchannel.com. Here's the Paulie Man, Paul Massell.
Easy baseball. About Red Sox slugger J.D. Martinez striking out in the 11th inning with the bases loaded. He said, J.D. used to stand for just dingers. Now it stands for just depressed. Adam Weintraub, Adam Vinatieri, Adam 12, Adam Ant.
All right, let's roll the scrambler, see who we come up with. Michael Lubitz. Another classic player, and I think now it's documented as the all-time champion here on the program, Jerry the Driver.
Wow.
You're on the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge here on Ion Channel. Welcome to the show.
Hey, good morning, guys. Great surprise, man. This is really cool, man.
How's the Paulie Man's television hair? Were we lying about that for 25 years? What do you think?
I tell you, I'm getting double the gas mileage in my car now since the Chronic's out of the trunk.
Is he still on that diet? I don't know. I saw a recent picture of the Chronic. It looked to me like he had substituted a couple of cheeseburgers for those salads he was eating, but we wish him all the best. All right, you have 1 point, Jerry, and you're going for 2.
Baseball, true or false? A little known fact, Defo.
Yes.
Is that 30 years before Hideki Nomo pitched for the Dodgers, the actual first Japanese player in the big leagues was pitcher Masanori Murakai, who had a 5-1 record with the San Francisco Giants.
Interesting. I thought it was Pedro Borbon was the first Japanese pitcher. What do you think, Jerry?
That's true.
It's true.
That is
true. It is true. Wow.
Yeah, where did he pull that name from?
Did the Yankees sign him? I think it's, a tragic ending to his life, but are they still paying Hideki Arabu?
Wow, yeah.
I think so. He didn't do too well. Yankee fans are crazy, Paulie, man. You know that? I mean, they think they can just grab everybody. We were talking to Harvey. I don't know if you caught that interview earlier in the program. I mean, earlier in the week. Harvey Fialkoff. And he said, oh, yeah, we're going to get Correa. We're going to get this guy. We're going to get that guy. It's like it was an entitlement. I don't know. Is any of that going to happen? He had him digging up Babe Ruth and having him come back to life.
It's funny with shortstop and catcher because they do got a couple of really highly regarded guys. I remember in the draft, they kept drafting catchers and shortstops. Catchers, and it ended up they got a bunch of real good ones. So we'll see.
All right. See if they can turn
Anthony
that into
Volpe,
something.
the next Jeter.
Cashman must be getting haunting telephone calls from Lisa Meanwell because is she doing something with Aaron Boone? I don't mean to imply that, but how else did that guy keep his job? All right, here's a 3-point question, Jerry.
Hoops. Russell Westbrook wore number 0 in all but one of his NBA seasons, 13 years. It was last year with the Wizards when he wore number what?
What? All right.
1, 4, 7, or 11?
I think it was 4.
4 it is,
He's
Jerry the
tough.
Driver. Wow. I mean, if he
tough.
posts a sweep right away, that may scare off other players. So 5 going for the sweep. And we've had 3 players now of the guys that have been on the show. Very sharp, as usual. Some of our regulars calling in here, and we're glad you guys found us. But 3 guys already in a position to sweep on opening day here on Ion Channel.
5-pointer football. Antonio Brown, twice in his career, caught passes totaling over 200 yards in a single game, yet failed to score a touchdown. The first time was versus Kansas City Chiefs, Oakland Raiders, San Diego Chargers, or Buffalo Bills.
Let's go with the San Diego Chargers.
Incorrect. Wow.
Was the Oakland Raiders.
Went right there, right to the top of the mountain there. And then straight back to a 5-point spot. So 5 seems to be the magic number here on the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge. This is game number 2, and if you'd like to participate, you can go ahead and give us a call at 954-417-0070, 954-417-0070. You catch any of the World Series last night, Paulie, man? What'd you think?
Good World Series. I mean, the games haven't been exciting, but it seems to be a good World Series,
Very evenly matched,
Yes,
everybody
yes,
thought.
yes.
Most people were on the side of Houston as the eventual winner of this World Series. And I don't know, the people still harbor resentment. I thought it was kind of cool that they had Ginger Baker while he was alive on staff there as a bench coach. And he was hammering away like midway through Toad before Altuve said, curveball coming? Is that what it is? That was great. I don't know, as a form of cheating, was that not one of the more innovative ones? A center field camera, secret center field camera that was picking up the signs, and then they were being conveyed by like conga drum.
Yes.
Right? Tito Puente Jr. actually applied for a coaching spot there, and they said, well, no, you're a little bit too good. They'll know right away that this is
Got a little ridiculous in the playoffs, though, when the signal was the drum solo from Inagata Devita.
Remember when we were all getting a little bit stoned in the very beginning? We thought those words had meaning.
Yes.
But I got to know Mike Pereira was the guy's name, I believe, and he said, no, we were just as whacked out as you were. Somebody mumbled something while they were asking for a drink, and we said, "Why is that? Okay, no problem. We'll call the song that." And became a big hit. All right, 954-417-0070. We have Jerry the driver setting the pace here in game number 2 of the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge, live from the beautiful Champion simulcasting room here. Brass Rail Bar in the background. I think we grab a couple, maybe make mine a double right after the show, Paulie Man. And Paulie Man, our next set of questions here.
Soccer. He said if history is going to repeat itself, I should expect that we'll see the same thing again is a pretty safe assumption. Terry Venables, Terry Crisp, Terry and the Pirates, or Ralph Terry?
That could have been Professor Erwin Corey. I came up with that one. All right, rolling a scrambler here is one Mike Lubitz. Mike Lubitz. And we have, and this could be another one of our classic players. And if it is, I'm glad this man found us. And if it isn't, I'm glad you found us too. Bob, you're on the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, guys. Great
It
to
is
hear
Bob.
you.
All right, man. Bob, how did you find us? I mean, are you technically challenged like I am? Because I know you're up there with the geezers at Caesars and been playing the game for a long time. Are you on Ion Channel?
Yeah, I had to go to your Facebook and then see the ad, punch that, and then go down. Yeah, I have a couple answers for you. Costello's first name was Al Costello on the Kangaroos.
Yes.
Nice.
And I remember Wild Red Berry was managing Hans the Great Mortier.
Hans Mortier. Bob.
You guys are great.
I'm glad. You know what's great about this show is that the listeners know far more about this stuff than we do. Good call, Bob. All right, you have 1 point. You're in the game.
Got a baseball true or false. The Washington Nationals' top minor league prospect, infielder Sunday Diaz's father, Rafael, was a member of 2 Palm Beach Polo championship teams with the Wellington Riders. True or false?
True.
Very rarely you get Bob on a true or false ever.
Sunday Diaz, I think, was your ruination as a jockey agent. Wasn't that why you got out of the business? I remember that. You were all excited, Paulie, man. It was a young Paulie, man. And he comes running up. He goes, I got this guy. What was he, coming out of Venezuela or something? And
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico. And you said this was the second coming of Lafitte Pink Eye. And everybody was in agreement. And there was a big buzz around the track. I think it was called a race course at the time. It was like, oh, man, Paulie man's got the guy. And he did a little bit of damage there for a while, and he also raced. Like, didn't he end up in Dubai racing for the Sheik? Like at 47 years old. I mean, he raced longer than early fires. I think he's still running somewhere. Sunday Diaz, but
you never know with those bug boys. They had me 1 year starting. I went to Tampa for the first and only time for the winter because they wanted to start a bug boy. You know, you don't start them at the Gulfstream winter to tough meet.
Exactly.
And so we were living, the 3 of us. And with the trainer J.D. Brady, still going strong today, great trainer. So I had brought home some Entenmann's crumb cake, a big Entenmann's crumb cake, and went to get a piece, and it was like a little niblet was left. And I said, boy, Brady, it's thin guy. What did he like? Must have got addicted to it. And Brady says, what crumb cake? So it's, oh boy, this jockey, got it.
Sunday Diaz, 12 pounds over.
no,
as the
no, it wasn't Sunday. It was somebody
else. All right, 3-point question coming, Bob. This would give you 4 points.
Baseball. What team won the World Series with only 9 batters used in the entire World Series?
Wow.
The Detroit Tigers, the Cincinnati Reds, the New York Yankees, or the St. Louis Cardinals?
Well, Cardinals have been in a lot. I'll say them.
Cardinals incorrect.
Was the other National League team the Cincinnati Reds?
Reds only hit 9 guys the entire World Series, huh?
I was happy to see our good friend Tony Perez the other day.
He's great.
Still looks like he could play.
Yeah, down in Magic City. Tony Perez was in there. Big smile, yeah. I started really digging Tony Perez. Of course, Big Red Machine, he was great there, and an RBI machine as well. And I remember when he was with the Marlins in, I guess, an executive capacity of some sort, advisors role. And we went to the first spring training in 1993. And I was at the hotel, and I'm thinking, well, I'm going to sneak out here. I don't want anybody to know what kind of degenerate I am, and go to the Melbourne dog track. And who was the first guy I saw there? Tony Perez, saying, hey, you mind if I take a look at your racing form? I'm like, that's great. Love that guy. Yeah, he's great. All right, 5-point question here, Bob, and this will put you on top and in a position to win.
Baseball. Out of high school, what major league team took Aaron Judge in the 31st round?
All right.
San Francisco Giants, San Diego Padres, Kansas City Royals, or the Oakland A's?
Giants.
Incorrect.
Oakland A's.
All right, we still have Jerry with 5 points. He's in the league. Going to try and squeeze in a few more here in just a second. You can catch Paulie, man. You're working today at Magic City?
Off today.
Okay. Yeah, Hialeah going tomorrow. Very strongly there.
Hialeah Saturday, Mondays, and Tuesdays now. And the sports club, like I said, a lot of action. Got every game on earth there. And, of course, the Paulie Man Pit 3. Good deal. Pit go 3 for 3. And had 7 more winners last week also.
Wow. I can't pick my nose so far in the NFL.
Picking 3, that's equivalent to 3-team parlay. Ain't that easy, right?
You know what's scary, too? My friend Francesco, whose action I've been booking for the last 5 years, usually ends up like 20 games under 500. He's knocking on the door.
Wow.
If he didn't force me to make a few $5 bets for him while I was at Keeneland, which is nothing worse than getting that call, knowing the guys can say, hey, can you put 20 on the 2 for me here? I love him in this race. You're trying to nurse your bankroll. And, our rule of thumb, an essential rule of thumb of all gambling is bring your own money, please. But he's tacked that on to the account, our football account. He's only 1 game under 500 after starting out in horrendous fashion. And we're talking about a guy that's picking 20 games a week and knows nothing about either college or pro football. So it just shows you that it could be a dangerous proposition. All right, let's just go ahead and finish off this game here. As we have Jerry with 5 points, and this is our original version of the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge here on Ion Channel, ionchannel.com. Really happy, excited, all the people that found us here already. That's good news, and I'm glad it's not too technically challenging for anybody. Bob was able to put it together in a couple of punches. Next thing you know, they're watching us live and also hearing us live on various streaming channels that Ion Channel has its hands on. And so here we go. The conclusion of our second game, Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge, and our next set of questions, the Paulie Man.
Hockey. He said a study has shown by the age 18, the average American has watched 200,000 acts of violence on TV, the majority of them occurring during Game 1 of the NHL playoff series. Steve Russian, Steve Allen, Steve McQueen, or Stevie Wonder?
All right, Lubie did a scrambler for our last player here, game number 2. We have another one of the fabled players here, fitting way to kind of conclude this morning's edition of the program. Coach, you're on the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge. Hello, Coach.
You know, Jeff, I miss you more than my ex-lesbian wife, brother. You're the best. I miss you. Okay. Hey.
You have 1 point. You're in the game.
You don't have to do a disclaimer there.
No, this is not
right. Yeah. Wrestling. We got a wrestling true or false. One of the most popular wrestlers of his time, Chief Jay Strongbow, was actually an Italian, Luke Scarpa, who came from Nutley, New Jersey. True or false?
Yeah, that's true.
That is
Believe that to be
yes.
true, yes. Chief J Strongbow. So fantastic. All right, he's a great wrestler. I mean, a legendary name. All right, you have two coach going for 5. This will tie you with Jerry for the lead here and the championship again, number 2.
Football. When the Dolphins chose Jake Long, number 1, and Matt Ryan was picked by Atlanta at number 3, what player was picked second that year, Defo?
That is a really good question.
Oh, God.
Chris Long,
Wow.
Darren McFadden, Glenn Dorsey, or Keith Rivers?
McFadden.
No.
He is the Darko Milicic
Long.
of that year's draft. Who was it?
Chris Long.
Was it Chris Long? Lubie says Chris Long.
Chris Long is correct.
All right, coach for the win. There you go. 5-point question.
Football. Jimmy Garoppolo, as a starter, won with his 2 games with New England and his first 5 with San Francisco. His 7-0 start to his career was last done by what quarterback, or last done by Tony Romo, Ben Roethlisberger, Warren Moon, or Dan Pastorini?
How about Pastorini?
Incorrect.
Big Ben Roethlisberger.
Wow, some tough players all the way through, and you guys did a great job. Appreciate you guys calling in on the show. We'll be expanding our capabilities on the phone line, so we'll be able to go to a more traditional version of the finals, Paulie, man, in upcoming editions of the program. Jerry becomes the champion of game number 2. So
how ironic, the 2 top-rated players for the last decade and a half.
And they start out the new era here on Ion Channel and IonChannel.com with victories. Lenny the Chronic and Jerry will hopefully be receiving. I guess we're responsible now for getting these gift certificates to the people, Lubie, so we can't put it off on somebody else. Or as the Paulie man always says, and I think it's just among the many great pieces of wisdom that he's imparted to me over the years, blame it on the dead guy.
Exactly.
All right, we're going to come back and say goodbye here on this first edition of the Hialeah Park Trivia Challenge. Once again, thanks to all the people here at Hialeah Park for helping us make this happen. And the Ion Channel crew as well did a marvelous job. Lubie stringing things together there. You can see him. And is there something you're not telling us, Lubie? Is the lovely Shirley pregnant already with Lubie Jr.? Because you have a crib in the background.
Keep asking this.
On the shot. We've been asking you to move that for like a month now.
Where do you want me to put it? On my rear? No, I'm not having a baby. When I get back from my trip, we will work on configuring the room. This is our makeshift studio, so it is what it is.
Move a couple of things around here. All right, we'll come back and wrap things up in a moment. Now that.
The time.
It's 8:57. Destination Sport Miami is here to revolutionize the sports landscape in South Florida. The largest indoor multifaceted sports complex in North America is on the way, with distinguished leaders of its various sports programs and unparalleled access to the finest indoor training fields and facilities. Destination Sport Miami will set South Florida apart as the destination of choice for elite athletic training and development, and for its dedication to youth programs and sports on all levels. A phenomenal concept and a powerful undertaking, Destination Sport Miami will also be an important commodity in the sports business community as well. Destination Sport Miami, its time has come.
Hey, folks, Tony Segreto here. What if I told you you could go to a great restaurant, feel completely safe because their COVID protocol is unmatched, have an amazing meal, have a great time. When the bill comes, you won't get sticker shock. You're going to say, that's too good to be true. No, it's not. Because I'm talking about Texas Roadhouse. Great family atmosphere, great atmosphere for a couple, great atmosphere if you just want to go by yourself and watch a game and have the coldest beer in town. And while you're doing that, have the best bread in town. All at Texas Roadhouse. Everything you get there is fresh every day and made sure it's served at your table, hot and ready to go. And the best part is you don't get sticker shock because the prices are amazing. Texas Roadhouse.
Recently, we realized it's not just hurricane season that can hurt us. Any time of year, things can happen to your home or business. And the insurance company can be your friend, but they also can be your enemy. Horizon Public Adjusters, Justina Testa, are here for you to help this process go so much easier. Before you call your insurance company, call Horizon Public Adjusters and Justina Testa at 954-809-8752. Would you go into court without an attorney? So why would you go up against an insurance company without Horizon Public Adjusters and Justina Testa? 7 to 10 times more money recovered with a public adjuster than if you went on your own. If there's no recovery, there's no fee. Give them a call at 954-809-8752. Why go up against insurance companies alone? You can have Horizon Public Adjusters and Justina Testa on your side.
Play the ponies in style at Champions, the outstanding simulcasting room at beautiful Hialeah Park. Yes, the grand old lady of thoroughbred racing has never been more vibrant, and you can wager on the races from the top tracks around the country while enjoying a cocktail at the Brass Rail Bar or any of the fine food served throughout the facility. If poker is your game, you're covered in style, and you can play all your favorite Vegas-style games, including blackjack, craps, and roulette in Hialeah Park's sizzling hot casino. Get a player's card when you walk through the door for all kinds of generous amenities, including our favorite, free play, when you come out to the ultimate casino and entertainment destination, Hialeah Park.
These days, we're all looking for comfort anywhere we can find it. Thank goodness for Landlubbers Raw Bar and Grill in the Plantation location, because they are making sure you are as comfortable as possible. First of all, they're not only open for delivery and pickup. All you have to do is go to landlubbersbarandgrill.com for both pickup and free delivery. Their hours have changed a little bit. Monday through Thursday from 3:30 to 10, and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 11:30 to 10. You're going to have the best wings in the world. You're going to have a great burger. You're going to have their amazing soups. Again, Landlubbers, Raw Bar and Grill. It's nice and easy. Just go to landlubbersbarandgrill.com for both your pickup and free delivery. Thank goodness for Landlubbers for making you always feel right at home.
Hey, it's Mike Mayo, the Gambling Gourmet here for my friends over at Shenanigans Sports Pub. It's a great place to go to take in a game, a good meal, and a couple of drinks. My friend Patrick, he's been doing it a long time, and he's got 2 locations. West Side is right across from TY Park in Hollywood. And then the East Side location is at 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. Shenanigans is the place for wings, burgers, barbecue, anything you want, drink specials, late night dining, outdoor dining. It is the place to go, family friendly. Go to Shenanigans and tell them the Gambling Gourmet sent you.
Told you everything I know. I've told them everything I know. I have no explanation for what happened. I don't have an explanation for what happened.
There is nothing better than Defo. It's now time for the Defo Show.
Thanks so much, people, for tuning in here on Ion Channel. Jeff Deforrest, Mike Lubie, Lubitz. We just have time to say goodbye and closing out our first edition. I thought it went well, Lubie. Good job by you.
I'm stretching
And,
out.
great.
I wish Ricardo could come in on Thursdays for me. I don't miss handling that. There's a lot going on when it comes to the trivia challenge.
And the action only figures to pick up. Hey, thanks. Really great turnout here on the show. The many people that called in. That was fantastic. And glad you guys are finding us on Ion Channel, ionchannel.com. We continue to grow here in our new venture. For Mike Lubie Lubitz, all the people on Ion Channel staff and the people here at Hialeah Park, come on out, enjoy the day. The casino doors just open up, and all kinds of good things happening here at Hialeah. So keep posted at hialeahpark.com. Or thanks always to Frank Fiore. Did a marvelous job orchestrating this thing. Nobody better, man. Like a Fellini movie. Put this thing together. It was just absolutely fantastic. I'm Jeff DeForest. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow with a Deal Volkswagen Degenerate Friday right here on Ion Channel and our other outlets as well. As we leave you know that.
The time.
I need a smoke.
Let's go to eat a damn snack.
Look what they done to my soul.